100 through Saturday.
It say check
Okay.
my email. Email. Oh, thank you.
Now you know you had two codes, Mona. So that may be what's going on.
I'm sorry, I plugged in a new air freshener and I think it got me coughing.
Mm. May want to check that out. Yeah, it has to. I was trying to
Blessings.
make sure nobody
Blessings, Diana.
was trying to go live on my channel.
Hmm.
Okay.
You never did find it.
Okay.
Oh, I'm I think I'm live.
No, somebody said somebody was in the basement. I think that's somebody trying to come up.
Oh.
No, ain't nobody in the basement. That was probably earlier when you was in the basement and I wasn't here to let you up. But we all caught up now.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It was probably when I was in there.
So after our conversation on Monday, did anybody go and check the recall list out?
No, I didn't get a
I didn't.
chance.
Okay, because there's
So it
another
went
one.
up since you told us what was going on, didn't it?
Yeah, some more came out today.
I'm cooking turkey burgers.
You did meatless Monday, right?
Yes, I did. That's why I'm trying to get this turkey burger in. What
Okay.
did I eat
So
yesterday?
I was gonna say, what
I
kind of
had
bacon you did?
cabbage with butternut squash and potatoes.
Ooh,
Whoa, that
that
sounds
sounds
good.
good.
It was good. And some cornbread.
Mm, mm.
Yummy.
Serena, you say no feedback today. Serena,
Yeah, she could hear us today.
Serena, I am so girl. Look at God. You can hear, Serena. You can hear. You. What happened? Did you go to the doctor and they did a procedure? I am so happy for you.
Well, I'm glad there's no feedback today.
She said, because you know to hear the feedback, that's intense. So the fact that Serena can hear, that is a blessing. Because all this time I've been on here, she said she couldn't hear.
Hi, Shantae.
So every day says, Mona, that sounds delicious.
I'm saying I can eat cabbage any day.
You so cute, God's desire. I see you. But yeah, there were some more recalls, and I'm not gonna bore you with them. But y'all just need to put up.
That's not boring. That's letting us know.
Yeah, I want y'all to know then, because you know y'all will come back here and say you didn't say nothing, or we didn't know, and you didn't warn us, or whatever. But it is very serious, and I don't know what's going on exactly. But the most important thing is that there are recalls out there, and you need to be cognizant of that
Hmm.
before you go and buy stuff. Check and make sure that it's not on the recall list. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I was just telling my daughter today about the recalls you were saying.
Everybody need to tell everybody.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Everybody need to tell everybody. Now I was telling Mona today about the recall. If there are 400,000, I believe. Let me make sure that number's right. Yeah, Amazon forced. Amazon is forced to recall 400,000 products that could kill
I saw that on the
and
news.
execute people. See, you saw it on the news. How many folks
Uh-huh.
saw that on the news?
I saw it on the news today.
I'm gonna wait for everybody to tell us. Let's see. Somebody is saying something about television. Let me go back up. which explains why you saw Jesus 7 times, heard Jesus tell you a commandment. Wesley Curry the second, hello, how you doing? Tell the vision, and you have denied he is God.
Are there any mods on your channel?
On who channel?
We have,
Yeah.
we
On
have,
yours, yeah.
Yeah, Jane Doe's on mine, but it's not on my channel. It's either yours or Miss Peachnut.
mine.
It must be Miss Peachnut.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
First of all, Shantae said she dropped more seeds today after the new recalls. Thank you. If just one person hears it and does something, I'm satisfied. I'm good. You're listening. Keep dropping those seeds. And when you heard the recalls that I called out yesterday, aren't you glad if you had anything on that list, you were already growing out of your garden?
Hey, Jessica.
I know, right?
Most of us. Hey, Jessica, how you doing? Most of us is growing just about everything that was on that list, and that's a good thing. Go
Right,
plant some more seeds.
right,
Go plant some more seeds. And if it gets to the point where it becomes out of season for us because the weather, because the seasonal change, you don't need it. Get something else and eat it. Because if it's in the grocery store and it's out of season where you live, that means it's out of season. And they're bringing it in from
right.
somewhere else. So you just have to Gloria says that she that keep you full. I only miss meat for breakfast. Yeah.
Thank you, Jane Doe. Hey, Mike.
Hello, sweet thumb.
Hey, sweet thumb.
So you say you can hear Mona, but you don't know what she's saying since I can't lip read her. Okay,
I
right. We
thought she
got
could
that.
hear me though.
You can hear. I'm trying to get that down. Y'all took care of that issue. Jane Doe got the issue taken care of. Which items are on the list? Okay, I'm gonna start right here. The most recent one, then I go back to a little bit of what I talked about yesterday, Nikki. This is the Amazon forced to recall 400,000 products that could kill or electrocute people. Okay, you guys, this is serious. This is serious. Amazon failed to adequately alert more than 300,000 customers to serious risk, including death and electrocution, that U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission testing found with more than 400,000 products that third parties sold on its platform. Did y'all get that? So the CPSC unanimously voted to hold Amazon legally responsible for third-party sellers' defective products. So now Amazon must recall dangerous products, including highly flammable children's pajamas. There's faulty carbon monoxide detectors and unsafe hair dryers that could cause electrocution. These are the items that they are recalling. The CPSC fears may be widely used in homes across America. So far,
Do they
those
have a list?
that okay, hair dryers. Um, Let me go back through it. Flammable, flammable children's pajamas. This is not the first time I've heard that. Faulty carbon monoxide detectors. You know how you want to have a detector in your house if it starts smoking, you want to have a smoke detector, then there's a carbon monoxide detector you can have in there as well that will let you know that there's a release of carbon monoxide in your house, which could make you go to sleep or kill you, whatever. Well, the ones that they were selling is faulty and unsafe hair dryers that could cause electrocution. So carbon monoxide detectors, flammable children's pajamas, and unsafe hair dryers. So if you purchase any of those items, if you went to a baby shower and purchased any children's pajamas or whatever off of Amazon, just question it. Go and get it away from the person you bought it for. Um, oh, while I'm saying that, my niece had a baby last year, and I did get some pajamas from Amazon. Uh-oh. But she can't wear them now because she's a baby. But I tell her to throw them away because you don't want anything that's flammable in your house. Whereas if your house gets
Right.
overheated, you don't know if these
Right.
chemicals and stuff can ignite in your house. So
That's
be
true.
safe, not silent. Right now, and I told Mona this earlier, I noticed one thing about the pattern of recalls. Right now, this is all they're saying. Hair dryer, pajamas for babies, flammable pajamas for babies, and the carbon monoxide detector. In about another week, I promise you they're going to come up with some more products.
Right.
But 400,000 is a lot.
That is. That's a lot.
Be
And it
careful
probably
when you
go back sometime. It goes back. So I mean, probably everybody done bought some of it. And it
be
might be
careful
already
when
caught.
you buy these products and try to research who made them and where it's coming from. I'm gonna put that notation out there because there was another concern about Timu, and I can say this because the FDA and all these other folks have talked about it. They're using highly concentrated chemicals in their products that is way above what the U.S. allows.
Wow.
So if you're a Tumo person, just know you're at risk when you purchase from them. This is not me saying, I'm telling you, you can Google it for yourself.
Mm.
So, Nikki, because I love you, I'm going to briefly, let's go real quickly because I know these people are, you want to talk about the gardening stuff, but the vegetable list is so big. Over 20 different vegetables sold at popular stores, including massive recalls, and they're still calling this stuff back today. And they're asking me to go into your fridge and check and see, make sure you don't have this in your fridge. Um, this is, let's see, they're sold by an operation based in Willard, Ohio. The place is called Wires, Wiers, Wires Farm Inc.
Mm.
And it's the things that they're talking about contains listeria. So
Mm.
the vegetables are is the list is just really long. Let me tell you the states. Sold at select Walmarts in Connecticut, Delaware, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and West Virginia. There is a whole list of things. I'll be here all night, but I just say a couple of them. Wires Farm Back, Poblano, Cubanero, green beans, salad cucumbers, serrano, bell pepper, organic cucumbers, yellow squash, zucchini squash. And then they're sold also at all these stores in Kentucky, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia. And this is under Fresh Shire, Freshire. Fresh Shire Farms, bad green beans, and bad jalapenos. It goes on to give another whole list of individually or about a pound sold products. That's
Oh wow.
Anaheim pepper, cilantro. These are sold in bunches. Cubanelle peppers, cucumbers sold whole. Green beans, green bell peppers, habanero peppers, Hungarian wet peppers. All this is stuff we already grow. Mixed vegetable box shipped to Cleveland and Youngstown, Ohio, and food banks. Honestly, sent it to the food banks. Food banks give to people who need food, and they come pick them up in boxes, and they're putting them in the boxes. Mustard greens sold in bunches, pickling cucumbers, plain parsley sold in bunches, poblano peppers, serrano peppers, and tomatillos. And then there's another, in addition to Aldi and Walmart, the vegetables may have also arrived at some smaller regional stores. They didn't say who they were, but may have arrived at some smaller regional stores. You can find a complete list of the stores involved in the recall. You have to press a button and those stores will come up. So it goes on and on and on. Best thing to do, in my opinion, best thing to do,
Wow.
grow your own, stay away from that stuff in the store.
That's right. That is so true.
Because then these stores
Grow
have
your own.
subsidiaries. These stores are their parent companies that has, smaller companies under them, and they'll branch off stuff, repackage it, and send it to those stores. And these are the ones they probably want me to go and find. I'm not going to do that right now because it's just going to go on and on and on. Look it up.
Right.
Do recall list by FDA and all this other CDC, and a whole list of things is going to pop up. And take out the time to read it. Because if it doesn't affect you, it may affect your relative that live in that state, that city, that whatever. Um, this is just a continuous problem that we are being faced with. And
Right.
that's why all of us try to encourage other people to grow their own food.
That's right.
When I saw that list, I'm growing everything on that list in my garden. All those peppers I got out there in my garden right now. And cucumbers.
Now see, I have plenty of peppers. The only thing seemed like this year just refused was my squash, tomatoes, and cucumbers. Other than that, everything else I had watermelon. I had no problems.
Hello to the
So
chat, John. Let me go back
So it
up.
sounds like everything that binds you having a problem with.
John's Truth, how you doing? What did I say about Youngstown, Ohio? That's where your family live. You're welcome, Nikki. And but store only recalls the cucumbers. The cucumbers was a big thing not too long ago, but it's a lot. It's a
oh
lot. It's a
sorry, let
lot.
me
Store only Mike said he was telling wife if cucumbers got listeria or salmonella, the stop board touches that and everything else. I think it's coming from you talking about the stop board in the store, or you talking about it was sent out from the production company that way.
I know my
Let me
daughter
go
got
back and
sick
I'll tell you about
today
Youngstown. Let's
and
see
she
here.
believed it was avocado she had.
Mm.
You say what now?
My daughter got sick today and she think it was
Um,
an avocado that she might have had.
yeah, but there was something about avocados not too long ago. I will have to put it up later on.
Hmm.
There's nearly 30,000 pounds of rice recalled in 7 states. I'm telling you guys, this thing is just
Rice.
rice,
Oh
rice.
wow. Now what is there a particular place you go to look for recalls?
Um, Rice comes with unexpected safety warnings like this big one for a brand sold at Walmart and Target, Amazon, Safeway, and other retailer stores. So let me pull up exactly what's going on with it, but I have to go through here.
Hi Jones Truth.
1 pound bags of Ludberg Family Farm Sustainable Wild Rice Gourmet Blend. The FDA has reported the cause of the recall as the following. Oh Lord, product may contain foreign object that appears to be of rodent origin.
Oh wow.
Some of the stuff make you sick to read.
Mm.
So that name again is Lundberg Family Farm Sustainable Wild Rice Blend Gourmet. It's a lot
Wild
to have to
rice
read.
blend.
The
Is it
rice is
what brand is that?
Lundberg,
Lumber. That sounds
Ludberg.
like
Family
yeah.
Farms, Family Farms Sustainable Wild Blend Gourmet Rice. Let me give the class 2 recall. It is in Arizona, it was distributed to Arizona, California, Florida, Maine, New
Oh
Hampshire,
Lord, Florida.
Oregon, and Wisconsin. Now you have to stay very alert because they'll come back in another week and add some more to that list.
Oh wow.
Ludberg Family Farm rice is sold at major national supermarket chains as well as online retailers like Amazon. So it's on Amazon as well. Look it up. I gave the name. I spelled it for you in case you have family and friends there in those places. Please call them. Tell them don't. If they bought it, take it back to the store. Don't eat it. Don't consume it. This just popped up on my phone.
Mm.
June 30th, 2024. I'm looking at my phone. That just popped up. This is all day long. All day long. As I was looking for something else. I'm going to find that answer to the question, Jones True. Wow.
Amazon is Whole Foods, the Whole Food store, you mean, Mike?
What was that?
What did he say?
He said, remember, Amazon is Whole Foods.
So who's the parent
Is
company?
it? Oh wow, I didn't know that.
They
Is
own Whole Foods. Oh, wow.
also Amazon is the parent company.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Hmm.
Yeah. There's a lot of companies that are subsidiaries of other companies and parent companies that have, companies that are under them and you don't know who they are. That's why I think on one of these articles they did mention a company that was under Kroger. I didn't go back to find it, but Kroger, you just look at who are the subsidiary companies of Kroger, and you can find that answer right
Hey,
there.
Kiwi.
Hi, Kiwi.
About 5 years ago, they bought it.
Oh, okay. They keep reiterating also the deli meat, you guys. This is on a daily basis on the news. Please pay attention to that. Um, Stay away from the deli meat. I'm just saying, it's my opinion. I'm not telling you what to do. But
Right.
because they keep
You're
coming out with
right.
it every day, they're saying urgent, urgent, urgent. Just stay away from it. You know, we all may be doing meatless Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, for real.
Hey, Chris.
With the way that things are going,
Right.
yeah, you just get to the point where you can go out to your garden and pull your vegetables and your fruit and just be like in the garden and eat. Just eat off your vegetables and fruit for a minute. At least you know where it's coming from.
That's it. That is so true.
So I was trying to
Good
see.
Lord.
Youngstown also, Jones Troop was on the list, and I'm trying to find out exactly what they said about it, but it was on the list for contaminated vegetables. And when I, yeah, it says mixed vegetable boxes that was shipped to Cleveland and Youngstown, Ohio, to their food banks only. They say though,
Mm.
mixed vegetable box shipped to Cleveland and Youngstown, Ohio, food banks to their food banks. So evidently they have food banks there, and they ship these there for them to distribute to the people.
Mm.
Aldi has been on. There's been a lot going on with Aldi, so just be careful and shop carefully when you shop.
Right.
When you go in, take your phone, and I'm gonna tell you my experience with what my experience has been with some of the recalls, because I'm an advocate. Um, I'm a proactive person. So if I see my phone, I see like if I go into Publix, just for example, and I notice that there's supposed to be a recall on something in the shelf where the item is should be empty in that area, should be there, I will go to the manager. and say, "Isn't this on recall?" I got my phone
Right.
just in case he say no. Oh, they were supposed to pull it.
Hey,
Let me
Sheila
get them
B.
over here to pull it right now. What that's all about?
They taking
Really?
their time trying to get
Money.
somebody to buy it before somebody say something.
Wow.
They want to still sell it and get that money, irregardless. Now, I'm not saying that that happened there. I'm just saying, but I'm telling you, there is a real situation that did happen because I would go in there and say something in a minute. I thought this was on recall. Then they act like they didn't know it, but then they pull it right then and there. I'm just saying, so you
Mm.
can take that and let your mind run with it in all kinds of directions and land wherever you want it to land. So there was a situation, and I can't really ID it right now, but where the FDA has said, pull this product, they told the company, pull this product because of this, that, and the other. And they told the FDA they weren't pulling it because they didn't think that
Oh,
it was
wow.
lawful. Yes, they did. That was about 4 months ago. Hey, D-Lou,
Hello, hello.
Wow.
how you
Hello,
doing?
D-Move.
Good, thanks
So
for joining us.
I was like, um, I saw the invite and I said, okay. So let me
Hey,
say
D
hello
Move.
to Miss Gail, Duval,
Hello.
excuse me, and Miss Mona. How y'all doing tonight?
Fine.
We're
How are
doing
you?
We're all
excellent.
right.
Thank you for blessing us with your presence.
I'm a little sore. I was out in the yard cutting grass. We finally had
Mm.
we finally had a little dry day today, and so I did some cutting. I finally finished up around 9, and I still got about a half an acre to go.
Oh, my goodness. You must have a lot of land, dude.
My house sits on an acre and a half.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
And the grass is thick, so you know when the grass is thick, it knots up the blades. So it's just work.
Right.
Yeah, and when it rains like this, you can't get out to cut it, so it just keeps growing. And even if you can cut it after you get a moment, you go back the next day, it rains again, it grows back. It's
Right.
vicious cycle,
Right.
vicious
True.
cycle.
So true.
So
Mike,
the
I
last
hope you
time
spoke
I
to
was
you.
on here, I know I heard you say, Miss Gail. I was like, oh, I need him to come back. I got a bunch of questions. So I'm back.
I am so happy you came back. Thank you so much for blessing us again. And
Uh,
I was trying to have a running my mouth and kind of got behind on the chat. I want to say hello to anyone that I didn't speak to. Jones Truth, I hope that answered your question. Just, Google that or talk to your people in Youngstown. Make sure they're aware of what's going on.
Right.
Thank you. She said, I will check it out and pass information on to my family just in case they don't know. Yeah. And make sure they pass it on to others. That's the only way this thing is going to work.
That's right.
We're going to have to just keep each other informed and don't just keep it closed in. Make sure we share out. Kiwi's Crochet Corner, thank you so much for coming in, lurking and crocheting a pumpkin tonight. Oh, okay. Okay. When you finish, let us see it. Hello, YTFP, Chris. How are you doing? And I'm getting to Nifty's here. How you doing, Nifty? I didn't get a chance to speak. Sheila B in the house. Thank you. And thank you for those who going over to
Hello.
my channel.
Hello.
Everybody speaking to D Mood, D Mood, D Mood. Hello. Yes, we got Mr. D Mood up in here. Who was that Mike talking about he got to sing it? What are you singing, Mike? You need to come up here and sing to everybody. Thank you for coming back, Jennifer. How's mom doing? She tell her we love her and get a good night's rest. Okay, I think I got to the bottom. So, D Mood, how is everything going over there in your garden? You said you cut your grass today.
I did. So I was going to do a updated video today. So I actually started planting on the 19th of June. And so my goal was to show 30 days from then, which would have been 19 July.
Mhm.
But because of all the rain, I haven't been able to get out there. So today I was going to go out there and do the video. But I said, which one is more important, do the video or cut the grass? The grass was looking terrible. So I did it but I disturbed my neighbors. They were really upset with me. My hawks.
Oh,
Oh,
your
wow.
house. I was like, wait a minute now.
They couldn't hunt because I was out there cutting the grass, and they
Oh.
like to do their thing. And the male was just sitting up on a branch looking at me. I wish I should have took a video in, but I didn't have my phone with me.
Oh.
He was looking at me. He didn't say nothing. He was just looking at me like, "I got you, bro. You disturbing me, but I got you." He didn't say
Oh,
nothing.
wow.
He said something. The female, she was and she was flying down. I was like, so I'm thinking up in one of my trees, there has to be a nest because
Yeah.
they did not want me where I was.
Right.
Right.
But
Okay.
like I said in the post that I did with the community one, I say nature, God is awesome because of the awesome things He does with nature.
Yes.
Right.
Isn't he awesome? I mean,
And to
really.
see
All the
and to
time.
see two predators that, and hawks mate for life. So just to see them, how majestic they are and how they just go about their business, and the male go do some hunting, she go do some hunting. But one of the things that I realized, like, compared to the male and the male is tiny. The female is huge.
Yes.
That lets me know she's probably pregnant.
Yeah, more than likely. But then Mike says he has a hawk video. He said a hawk video. I think my squirrels ate it. Can a squirrel eat a hawk? Really? I don't think a squirrel can eat a hawk. That's not gonna be a good fight right there for the squirrel. not from what I know about a hawk. But okay, Mike.
Well, I know a duck could take one down.
A duck.
I don't know. The two that I got in my yard, I don't know because I saw them killing a squirrel, and the female, she put her talons and she grabbed his head, and the male grabbed his butt, and they just ripped him in two, and they just
Whoa.
they finished him up real quick, like.
We
Whoa.
have a duck and two chicken that walks the street, and the hawk was trying to get the chicken, and the duck killed the hawk.
Really?
Mm.
That's interesting.
Yep.
Mike says
Hey.
that's off to nature. We females are usually bigger.
Bigger, yeah.
Hmm.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so I did a few things this morning. My zucchini, and we as gardeners, we notice about zucchini. For some reason, zucchini, when they initially started coming in, they put nothing but male blossoms out for some reason.
Yes.
True.
Right.
Now, I'm getting females, but guess what? I don't have to pollinate it. No males. So they're aborting themselves, and they start shriveling up. So I don't like them shrivel up. So I cut them off, which fosters more growth.
Right.
I've had to I cut off two earlier today, and then I noticed I went back out around 9:15, and I saw some new ones coming in. I'm like, that was quick.
It's real quick. To even it out, if you have more males and no females, just take about a third of those males off, and immediately within 24 hours, it will start producing females.
And that's what I did. I just went ahead and cut it
So
down.
that's what I need to do.
Yeah, you need to take out some of the males, and it'll foster more females. So I was checking on that, and I have a sugar baby, and when I do my update, I'm going to show it. But my sugar babies are coming. I got all these little softballs all over everywhere.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I literally only planted 4 seeds, and I spread them out, and each one has tenderlines and vines going everywhere. And I've already counted 5 sugar babies. I've seen 1 Korean melon so far, 1, but it's a start. So we'll see.
A Korean melon. Now, what does that look like?
The Korean melon.
Yeah.
It comes in, it actually looks like a squash.
Oh, really?
It's what it looks like. It vines up like a squash, and then when the fruit comes in, it's green. It starts off small green, and it branches out, and it's all the way green. And like right before it becomes ripe, it turns yellow, and then it fades from a yellow to like an orange. So It's yellow orange, but you don't know it's ripe until you see those white lines. It has green lines on it. When those green lines turn white, That's your signal. So go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And sometimes they'll get so ripe, they'll detach themselves from the vine.
Oh, so they're real sweet.
Yes,
Oh,
they're. It's a
I
crop.
had some, but I almost waited too late because I didn't realize they were small, and I was trying to wait for it to get bigger. Yeah,
They're the size of a softball.
yeah,
To me, they're an individual type of fruit. It's kind of like
right.
it's kind of like a Minnesota midget melon. And I didn't
oh,
make up that name, y'all. That's the name of the melon. It's called
Right.
Minnesota midget melon.
I've seen
Yes,
that. Don't
it
they
is.
sell that on Baker Creek?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where did I get mine? I don't remember where I got mine, but I got it. I mean, I got the seeds. I can send you some Korean and Minnesota midget. I got plenty of seeds.
Yay!
You
I got
already
a question.
know I have your address, so
Yes, I know you do.
Well,
I got
I'll have to
questions for
email
Chris.
you.
Chris,
okay.
Chris says you should be able to pluck and freeze the males and their pollen. So that means we can cut the males off, put them in the freezer. When we see a female, we can run in the freezer and pollinate it.
You can just put it in the refrigerator.
I've never done that.
Yeah, you can
I
just put it
would
in the
I would
Ziploc bag in the
I have
refrigerator.
questions. I'm waiting for an answer.
I would think the pollen would be destroyed if you freeze it. That's just
I
me
wouldn't
thinking.
freeze it. I would just put it in the refrigerator. I have done that and just wait for some females to come, and
Okay.
you can pollinate from that aspect. But you put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in the refrigerator. Make sure the refrigerator is cold enough, though.
Okay, I'll tell you what I've done. I've took Q-tips and I've coated it with the pollen and put those in Ziploc bags and put
Okay,
those
and
away.
that's another way to do it. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So what
Um,
if you put it in a brown paper bag? Like
As
you're
long as
trying
it's on the
to.
refrigerator, you can. I've never done the brown paper bag, so
I've
I
put
can.
the brown paper bag.
Yeah, but
Brown paper bag is usually I use brown paper bag usually for ripening, but not for holding pollen.
yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, you can give it a try. So what was that?
I don't
Chris
feel
said.
bad.
Give it a try and tell us how it works.
Yeah, and then let us know. Do the brown paper bag method and see what happens.
So Mike,
But
what did Mike say didn't work?
I know grows of certain plants that
How long was
yes,
it in the refrigerator, Mike? Like a
or
whole year. Now you
freeze
can't let
for
it
long
take up
term.
residency in the refrigerator, freezer, Mike. And just until you see the female flower.
I know Sheila B was saying that for some reason her watermelons aren't doing good this year. And I'm like that too. Every year that I plant watermelon, I just never have success with them. But I keep trying. And this year
Right.
in previous years, I normally grow 3 different varieties. I grow the Georgia rattlesnake watermelon, the crimson red watermelon, and the yellow watermelon.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
They look beautiful. Y'all probably seen my updates. I show these darn watermelons. They look great. And when I do everything everybody always says, when the tenderloin turns brown, go ahead and harvest them. Never works for me.
Well,
Either
what
they
happens if you harvest it? Is it not done, or is it overdone, or?
they're either not done or they're rotten. I'm getting blossom end rot. So I even add calcium. I just don't have any success with watermelon. So
Me
I've had
either.
success with the sugar baby, but all the other watermelons, the big ones, no success.
That's the same with me. I've had plenty sugar baby, but never success with the bigger ones. Never.
That sounds like they're not in enough soil or not getting enough nutrition, enough potassium. I'm a potassium person. What you say, Mona?
I was
Okay.
waving at Cassandra. Hey, Cassandra.
Hey, Cassandra,
Hi,
South Florida,
Cassandra.
darling. How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Sometimes there's a lack of nutrition. It needs something as to why
Yeah,
you have a problem.
and what I typically did, when I did it last year and I did it this year, I put a handful of fertilizer in there, and because I do with the watermelons, not everything else, but the watermelons. Every month I give them a handful of fertilizer, just straight to them. But because we already know they're big feeders, They are heavy feeders. So what I do is I think I'm a very smart gardener. I try to use logic, and if something doesn't work, I don't beat my head up and keep trying to grow it and grow it. I just go with what works.
Yeah.
And since sugar babies work for me, I believe in conservation of effort. Why am I wasting all this effort growing all this other stuff that I know is not going to work? So let me grow what I know I will have success with. It's kind of the same way that I grow about my garden. My garden, I am only growing stuff that I'm going to eat. I don't have time for experiments. I did that when I initially started gardening. I used to do the little experiments. I would plant exotic stuff, knowing that it's not going to come to fruition because of the temperature differences here. I only have a 4-month grow window. That's it.
4 months is good though.
It is for what I need. And so what I do is I understand now to maximize. I can stretch out my grow period, especially growing greens. So I tend to grow a lot of greens on the front end and on the back end.
Yeah, I'm on the green thing too.
I tell you what I had last year. I had a sorry cucumber harvest. For some reason, my cucumbers wasn't doing so good. I'm not gonna say that this year they're coming in like gangbusters this year.
Huh? All right. Are you in the ground or are you in grow bags? Let me ask that question.
No, they're in containers.
Okay, in containers. Okay.
They're in 5-gallon containers, and they're coming in like gangbusters.
What are you doing with your cucumbers? I mean, you have cucumbers.
I pickle them.
Huh?
I pickle them.
Oh, you're pickling them. Okay.
Yeah. What I did was I went to the Dollar Tree and I got the Dollar Tree variety. And the Dollar Tree, the pickling, America's pickling, I think they call them, those grow prolific. They're just crazy.
Oh,
now,
wow.
I had the Market 8, which are the salad ones. And I had to figure out the Market more. I had to figure out because sometimes it has that bitter taste to it.
Yeah, it does. That means that it's gone too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I did this year, I just didn't do any salad. All I did was pickling. And my wife loves pickled. She loves them.
Oh,
so
wow.
I more so plant for her, like tomatoes. I don't do good with tomatoes. It doesn't work on my stomach. It's an astringent thing with my stomach. I can eat some, so I don't normally only do 2 types of tomato. I do a paste tomato, so I do a San Marzano and I do cherry.
Oh, okay.
So this year, all I'm doing is cherry. I'm not doing nothing else, and cherry is abundant. And the one thing I like about cherry doesn't die off as soon as it starts cooling down. It keeps going and keep going till it just eventually, because it's indeterminate. Eventually.
Indeterminate, yeah. So that the Amish paste and San Marzano is a determinant, right? Yeah. Most of your paste tomatoes.
I saw one of your videos that you did the cloning, and I tried cloning last year for the first time, and it worked. At first, I didn't know if it was going to work, but it works.
Yeah.
But you know how I did it, Miss Gail? What I did was I cloned it on the plant itself.
Okay.
So when the side shoot came out, I got some dirt, or it's the Jamaican in me. I always say dirt. Some soil.
It's okay. We know what you mean.
I got this soil and some water, and I packed it around the side shoot and wrapped it with some sellotape. And you know, if with tomatoes, if you put any type of soil against it, it will sprout root.
You air layered it. You air
has those
layered it.
roots on the hairs. That's roots.
You want to have a successful air layer, do that on a tomato.
Right. Once I have enough roots, I just cut it off and plant it back in the ground.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I've been doing. I hadn't said anything about it, but that's what I've been doing to some of my tomato plants. And I was looking at one that's out there right now. It's got the roots already coming out the side. You know, it's about yay high. All I have to do is pat some soil around it and take some cellophane, wrap it around it, put some foil on there, and leave it alone until, look, it's going to probably take 10 days. What? And I stick it in the ground.
Another thing that I do is every time you grow a tomato, there's always that one branch that wants to fall and hit the ground. So that one branch, what I do, I dig a trench and I push it down and cover it with dirt. It will
Mhm.
automatically root. Once it roots, I just cut it from the mother plant, and now I got a new tomato plant.
You lay
Yeah.
it flat, right, and then you
But
let the top of it
all
stick
you gotta
up.
do is be
Mhm.
close to either, if it's not close to the ground, it could be up with a bunch of leaves and all kinds of roots is gonna come out. That
Mhm.
happened to me. I was out there the other day, I chopped that tomato up because it's not, I only got one tomato off of the whole thing. That
Wow.
thing, the stem on there is that big around. I'm
Mhm.
like, where's my food? It's taller than me. But it did get knocked over 3 times from high wind, rains, and stuff. And
Right.
it is on a trellis, is on a trellis, but it keep getting knocked over. All of them get knocked over.
Yep, they
So
do.
I'm like, okay, now I went out there. So tomorrow when I go out there, I'm gonna have to go back to trimming again because the leaves is turning brown and all that
Yeah,
other stuff.
get that stuff
I
off.
will trim that thing all the way up to
Mhm.
Mm.
all the way up
Mhm.
to the new leaves.
Yeah, we had that strong wind. I hate to see what's going on in my garden because it was looking kind of iffy when I went out there today before the rain. And I have some tomato plants that have not staked or pulled up, and they're leaning out of the bag all onto the ground. So I got
Yeah,
to go ahead and tussle with that tomorrow.
yeah. I
Mike
was
says he used candy roasters last summer. Oh, he's talking to Serena. Okay.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
having high winds before. Right when I was finishing up the grass, the winds were going crazy. But good for me that I had already staked everything up. But still, even when you stake it up, it pushes the whole stake over. And so now your plant is like this, just leaning over to the side. So, but you know what? You can only do but so much, right?
Yeah, you
That's
do the
right.
best you can. I went out there today, and I didn't know that one of the branches had broken off of my pepper plant. It's on my last video I did today. I just picked it up. It had about 4 bell peppers on there. It must have happened yesterday. So, and it was staked. I guess I didn't stake it well enough because I staked the bottom of it, tied it to the stake, but the top of it had a branch that was coming out like this, and it just fell off from the weight of the bell peppers. And then with the wind, and but
You
it
know,
happened.
Right.
I have a chili plant that I grew back in 2020, and I harvested. I had a gallon bag of chilies. I had two chili plants, and I have all these chili peppers that I have been using since 2020. They're frozen. Every time I need two or three, I just go get it out of the fridge. So I have
Mm.
two chili plants now out in the yard, and I'm hoping I can get a robust harvest. And I was like, so when you talk about preservation methods, if you freeze something, when you unthaw it, you're getting it at the same quality as when you froze it. One
Hmm.
of the things I would tell people that are going to freeze things, if you're going to freeze stuff, do not wash it. How
Yeah.
you pick it is how you freeze it.
Hmm.
You wash
Right.
it
Hmm.
when you unfreeze it because a lot of times the plant has a coating on it. If you wash
Mhm.
it, you wash the coating off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So just freeze it as is. When you're getting ready to use it, then you wash it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So imagine I've had peppers in there. I said 20. It's 24 now. That's 5 years. And they're still as potent as the day I put them in there.
Wow.
Whoa.
But, you all hear me say the other night, I'm on the 5 year plan. So it's time for some new chili peppers.
Oh,
Right. Right.
okay.
Right.
So you're gonna germinate some new ones, huh?
Yeah, I got two right now outside in containers. I got one in the ground and one in a container. So hopefully, knock on wood, it's July now. Hopefully by September I can get some chili, and that way I can retire the one in the fridge and put some new ones in the fridge.
Oh,
Mm.
okay. All righty. Sheila B is thanking you for that tip.
And one of the
Pepper
things that
trees
I would
and
say to gardeners, if nobody has said that to you as a gardener, make sure you're growing some type of flower.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're welcome, Sheila B. Make sure you're growing some kind of flower. The reason why, because at first I used to always say, "Why am I growing flowers? I'm growing. I need to grow food." But you need to grow pollinators because you need to attract bees.
Yeah. And that's true, but
Well,
I know I should put some other kind of flower in my garden outside of the flowers that's already out there from my food. But something's always flowering in my garden. And I have one, two, three, four. 5, 6 areas in my garden. I have it's divided
Okay.
up, and something's always growing. So I don't put flowers out there because I have so many bees. I can't afford to have any more bees in my garden. I was allergic. I was allergic. And so I have the bees, and I like I say the blackjacks and all that other stuff, the wasps, everything, the dragonfly, everything that's out there without my putting flowers out there. But it's because I'm constantly growing things that flowers. You know, I
Yeah.
showed today on the video, I just showed the blackberries. You know, I get 2 seasons within 1 year to grow some blackberries. They're coming back. This is the time I get another flush of blackberries. So there's flowers over there. And I have blackberries situated throughout my garden. So there's
I
flowers.
do
Well,
too.
So
my
what
neighbor,
was Mike?
my neighbor
What
has
was
a
Mike?
tree of flowers, so I don't think I need to drop any seeds for flowers. I can use my stuff for other stuff. That it's a tree and it has big old flowers on it.
Oh
Wow.
wow.
And the
The
bees
So
are
I
reason
here.
why,
have a lot of zinnias in mine. Zinnias, marigolds.
I do marigold, I do tiger lilies and stuff like that. But
I
the
have
reason
Oh,
tiger
for real,
lilies.
Mike?
why
Oh,
you
that's
want to
good.
do that though is like your zucchinis and your squashes, the bees when they're flying they can't see it because they're down. The leaves cover from top, all those big leaves hide them.
Okay.
Now
Oh,
now the zucchini and the squash, they have big yellow blossoms, but they have to see it to come pollinate it. So if you
okay.
have pollinators to attract them, once they're down low, they'll see it and then
Mhm.
they'll go for it. It's like me, I have hibiscus all over my yard. Hibiscus attracts hummingbirds. Now, one of the things that I've been keeping notes on and watching, bell peppers. I didn't notice that, but now I got it. Bell peppers attract praying mantis. The white blossoms on your bell peppers. If you start watching your bell peppers enough, you'll see praying mantis on them.
Oh
Praying
That's what
wow.
mantis,
that's
praying
what the
mantis.
problem
That's
is.
that right there, sweet thumb. That's it right there.
Was that he looked for perennial flowers that are also edible. That's yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yep.
nasturtium. Those are edible.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
But
I
don't
pray,
have
put no
butter.
flowers out there. I'm gonna have to
I
go
have
and
a
eat
lot
it.
of butterfly blue pea. I have those. Yeah, I do a lot of edibles too.
yeah, and I like marigold because marigold, a lot of pests don't like the smell of them. So I station them
Right.
all around my garden so that
Right.
the smell will keep the. There's two pungent smells that they don't like. So with my tomatoes, I always surround my tomatoes with marigold and basil, and it
Yeah.
Me
keeps the.
too.
So you don't
Me
have any
too.
problems that way with the hornworm.
Dude, every so often I still get them, but for the most part, the smell keeps them away. And then because I station my bell peppers close to my cucumbers and stuff like that, the mantis will jump from the peppers to the cucumbers and they attack. They love eating hornets.
They
The
love.
yellow jackets,
Oh, really?
they have a love hate relationship.
Planner.
They will
Wow.
kill them as quick as. So as far as my yellow jackets, my praying mantis keep them in check.
Wow.
Wow, Grandma, you
What
need
was
to check
Mike?
your
What
email.
was Mike saying about somebody had seized $1.25, no shipping? What
Huh?
seeds were those? I think Mike had posted it.
I didn't see that.
He must have did it on Miss Georgia
Okay.
channel.
Yeah, I'm
And
on Miss Georgia channel. I don't see that.
you don't see it
Yeah.
either.
He
No.
had
Mike, what you
posted
talking
it
about
in
them
my
seeds?
gardener. Let's see if I could go back.
Mike's chaotic guy. I'm looking for. He
Well,
says he. Oh, that's Serena talking. Um.
Yeah, Mike, I do that too. My tomatoes and my cucumbers, they climb all the way through my marigold bush. They all over there. Oh, he just put it up. He said mid gardener, 40% off on seeds.
oh,
Oh, that's
okay.
M.I. Gardner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
MI gardener.
Right now has 40% off on seeds.
Yeah, that's what he got.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, you guys. There's a deal for you right there. And stock up on as many seeds as you possibly can. I'm telling you, it's getting kind of rough out there for a gardener.
You know what? You know what, Miss Gail? I haven't physically gone and bought any seeds in three years
Wow.
because I have all my seeds,
So
and
you,
Mm.
mhm.
I have a seed rotation. Remember what I was talking the other night? I said 357.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I have seeds that I collected 3 years ago. So I know in 5 years I'm gonna rotate those out. So every 2 years I'm collecting new seeds.
Okay, good.
Label everything. So I have the 2020 pile in one container. I'll have the 2023 pile in one container, and I'll have the 2025 pile when that time period comes. So when 2025 comes, I know to get rid of the 2020 seeds. That doesn't mean they're not viable. It just means okay, 5 years, moving on with them, and if somebody wants them, send them to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because what did they tell you seeds are not viable greater than 5 years? That is not true. That's a
No.
lie.
No.
If
Mm.
you properly take care of your seeds, they will last a long time.
Yes, they
Well,
will.
I gave my daughter and one of her friends a lot of seeds to get started in gardening, and they gardens done surpassed mine. They gardens are beautiful. They harvesting every day,
See,
and I
how those
gave
thick
them the
rolls is
majority of
that?
the seeds. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
have to go start over a little bit.
Well, I do what you do, except for I don't have them in a separate container from my other seeds. So that separating is a good idea. That's a good idea.
Hey, the Dollar Tree is my friend. I go buy
Hi, Sister
the
Rose.
shoebox plastic for $1.25,
Uh
and
huh.
it's kind of goes back to what I said. I am only planting the stuff that I'm going to eat. So
Hmm.
Right,
I don't have like a bunch of different exotics. I got exactly what I got: bell peppers, I got cucumbers, I got my different chilies. I have my greens, my kale, my callaloo. Um, I don't do cabbage, and I'm gonna tell you why I don't do cabbage. I used to do cabbage and broccoli. I can't I can't get none for me. The
mm,
them little green worms that the white fly lay just
right,
Yeah.
they decimate them. So I just like I'm all about working with nature, but if there's a way that I can save me some, that's fine. But if
right.
I'm constantly getting robbed without a gun, I got to give it up. I got to stop.
Let them have it. Okay. I hear
Yeah,
you.
and you know the control method that I was using to control those pests was I would get up early in the morning, go out there and squash them. Then
Oh,
I tried the diatomaceous earth. Then I tried the soapy water, and I was like, you know what? I'm spending all this effort for a little bang. I just
Right.
said, let me let that go. And
yeah.
so the one that the brachycid that I know that they'll go after is the kales. So I moved the kales in because I have a meshed in deck. So I put them in there so I know the whitefly can't get in there.
Right. Right.
Now,
But
see, my
no
kale
matter
never,
what you do,
my
no matter
kale and
what
my
you do,
collards never died back. I still
so,
have beautiful kale and collards, but that cabbage and broccoli,
So you
nothing.
don't get attacked by the white butterfly and the eggs and stuff. Wow.
Not on my kale and greens, no.
really, you're lucky then.
So they're
You're
concentrating on your broccoli and
I
other
guess
stuff.
so.
So
I'm
you kill them on
concentrating
that.
on the I'm concentrating on the green leafies, the kale, the callaloo, the mustard
Right.
green, the horseradish greens. I have the horseradish, and most people use the horseradish roots. That's what they
Right.
use to the horseradish. I grow my horseradish for the greens. What I have to
Oh,
do is make sure I take the heart of it out, the stem on the
Mhm.
leaf. That's hot. I mean,
Yeah.
the whole leaf is hot, but
Oh,
the main stem part, woo, Jesus,
really? Yeah. I'll put it in horseradish.
what do it taste like?
it's a green. It tastes like a like a green, but
Oh yeah.
it's a spicy green.
So it's
Oh,
spicy,
okay.
spicy.
It literally makes your nose run. If you
Ew.
have
Oh,
sinus problem, it opens you up.
Yeah,
wow.
horseradish is very spicy. Mike says I might try
Okay.
growing cabbage with a wire basket covered with in mesh. Yeah, that's a
Yes.
good idea.
Yeah.
Put a row cover over that, the mesh, if you want to use the row cover, the mesh. And he said he got 2 red cabbage that the butterfly is ignoring luckily. Well,
Yeah.
Sweet Bob says amaranth has been a good one to grow for the leaves.
Oh,
Because the pests, when the white flies are around and they're really super active, like they usually come around May, and then by about June, July, the eggs have hatched and the little green worms are eaten, so they can turn into white flies.
Right.
Well, the main one that they go after is the red Russian kale, because the red
Oh,
Russian kale is the sweetest one. That's the one I like.
oh,
I like that one and the dinosaur kale.
dinosaur kale. Yeah.
Yeah.
The curly kale is good, but it's not as sweet. It's more tangy. And if
But
you
they don't
wanted
really attack the curly kale as much. Have you noticed that?
say again,
The white moth
no,
doesn't.
they don't. I got you. They don't.
And I think it's because of the way it's made, trying to find a good place to land. But that if you really want to not be bothered with them, the curly kale is your best bet.
Yep.
But
But
anything flat,
right,
they
it's like my Jamaican callaloo. They do not mess with the callaloo. What messes with my callaloo is slugs and stuff like that.
what
But
does
I
the
got
callaloo taste like?
but I got tricks for the slugs.
Okay, what's your trick for the slugs? Let us hear about it.
I do the cinnamon.
Oh, you just
Mm-hmm.
sprinkle
Cause
around the base.
when they crawl into it, or I even use diatomaceous earth. When they crawl into it, it cuts them like it's like glass. It just cuts them up.
Oh, okay.
whoa.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to go to the dollar store.
Well, they had a recall. They had a recall on some cinnamon, so that's the best way to use it. Jones Truth said, "I have a die-hard garden this year. Everything died hard." I couldn't even finish reading it.
Not die hard.
Left 2 watermelons, lemon, olive, and fig tree. All no fruit. Well, she just changed it so I can finish reading. All no fruit, but they are still growing. I'm so thankful.
Yeah.
Thankful for what you got. That's good.
That's right. That is so true. Thankful for what you have.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Beer's Black fig, the one I told you about. It's the only true dwarf fig. So I have it in a container, and it's small, but I also have it in ground because I wanted to see the difference as far as growth.
Mhm.
And the one in ground, it ain't that tall, but all it's doing is just pushing out new branches, but it ain't giving no fruit.
Mm.
Whereas my Chicago Hardy's is just prolific, it's loaded, and my brown turkey loaded.
Wow.
My brown turkey, I had a stick. Somebody sent me a little stick. It was probably yay long with both my fingers together. Now I have this tree that's almost 6.5 feet tall.
Oh, wow.
In
That's right.
1 year of growth.
Hey,
Wow.
Robin.
And
I
all
think
I
I need
do
to. I
all
need
I
to
do
go
is
and
give it
replant mine.
all I do to mine is give it water. I don't no fertilizer, no just water. But I
Mm.
have it in a location with full sun.
Okay,
And what is
we
that?
had someone to talk about the cinnamon.
Sounds
Are you saying 6 is back that you already knew about the recall on the cinnamon? There is a certain brand of cinnamon that is on recall. I can't remember what all was wrong with it, but I don't
It
think
was something start with M, cause I had it. It was Morona or Moron something.
well, it's probably okay
Romanesco.
to put in the garden for the slugs, as long as you're not putting it in your food to cook with. So you can still use it. But yes,
So it's okay in the garden.
yeah, it should be okay in the garden. Now, I'm just saying from my perspective.
Right.
I wouldn't cook with it and drink it or whatever. But you're trying to kill some slugs. So,
Right.
but
I think it was
research it for yourself.
Morinda. I
Hmm?
think Morinda or something like that.
It was some kind of Spanish, Hispanic name.
Yeah. I
It's so
can't
much
remember
I
what it
can't
was, but I
remember
know I
anything.
had
Did you see what Joe's Truth put about having a sense of humor in the garden? She's so true.
Yeah, you gotta have a sense of humor out there, otherwise you will be very discouraged.
Yeah,
You
you would literally. I don't have much hair no more, but you would be ripping the hair out your head sometimes. And the reason being, you're planting, you're putting this much effort in, and you're taking care of it, and it looks great, and then it's not great.
Right.
But I mean, everything is about trial and error. Because at the end of the day, at least we know how to. At least we know how to grow something. Some people don't know how to grow nothing.
That's right.
Right.
You got something out of it.
Okay,
And if
so
nothing else,
that's
you got some exercise
yeah.
and some
Well, the
vitamin
thing
D.
about it, we're all still learning, and we're always going to learn about gardening. Nobody is 100%. Nobody is the guru of gardening. And you know,
Right.
when the weather change, and we think one year, this year is going to be the same as last year, and God decides otherwise, because God has a sense of humor too. So we just
Hey.
learn to
Hey, Miss
adjust.
Gail, I don't
We
mean to
have to
cut
learn to
you.
adjust. Stop
Miss
being upset because things didn't grow this year like they grew last year. It's okay. It's okay. Just make that
There's-
adjustment. You always
There's
make an adjustment. And look, none of us is growing 100%. None of us, okay? So, and I
There-
show you my stuff out there. Look, I have a squash plant. I was hoping it would die. It did good, and I got some squash off of it. And when I turned my back, that squash, it rain. Kale and clay is good. It is good, but you got to stay on top of it. And the days you can't get out there when it rained, after that, to put that stuff back on there, these insects know. They say, okay, she didn't come out here today. Let me go over there and do what I'm gonna do. And
Right.
so you can't be upset with that. So half the plant is dead. The other half I thought was gonna die. It's out there producing. I'm not doing anything to it. It felt the wind, blew it over on the ground. It's crawling on the ground, just busy growing. So it is what it is. You do the best you can, and that's all you can do. Just have a backup plan.
That's right.
Have that
But-
ram in the bush.
But you know what though, Miss Gail, we have some channels that do gardening that really mislead a lot of people.
I know that.
When you see, I'm gonna give you a prime example of it. You can even look at the store, the supermarket. When you see the bell peppers that you grow, and then you see the bell peppers in the store, you like, hell, no way. They don't get that damn big. What are y'all feeding them? Just like there's some YouTubers on here got some monster stuff, and you like, wait a minute. I'm up here doing my stuff, and they don't look nothing like that. So that's why I always tell people, when people ask me, I said, don't garden based on YouTube.
Right.
Garden based on what the hell you doing in your yard.
That's right.
People can facilitate information. You choose to use it or not.
Right. Take a
And
little
don't be a sheep. You don't necessarily have to be a wolf either. Just be your own person.
That's
If
it.
the information sounds good, like a lot of gardening that I do, I take a tips from everybody in here, right? But I'm gonna tell you the channels that I really watch when I want to see something. I watch the Asian gardeners. They are no frills. They ain't doing no talking. They all about the business. I put seed here. I do this here. I add this here, and they get on about and do what they got to do.
Some of them don't even say
don't talk.
anything. You just hear music.
That's what
Okay, so
they don't even
now
tell
that
you
you
what they
brought it up,
use.
now that I'm not the only one that watches this, so the stuff. Have you tried some of the stuff that they do, the way they doing it,
Yes, I have, and it works.
and it doesn't work? It does.
It does.
Okay.
Well, the channels I watch don't tell you
You
what
got
they
me
put in
excited
there.
now.
They just show you the stuff. They don't say what it is. You don't know what they are putting in there, what kind of soil. None of that.
This is what I say about me. My
Look
ego.
like the topsoil.
I listen to everybody. There's a young lady that I follow. I've been following her for a long time, and her channel is Asian Garden to Table, and she plants a little bit of everything. And she'll initially come in and do an introduction. Hey everybody, blah 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 blah, and then she go about the business, and she's showing you what she's doing. I've used a lot of her techniques, and like when I made my own fertilizer, it was from the Asian channels that I watched. The only thing I wish I had, the only thing, is I had a cow. Boy.
Yeah.
If I had a cow, the way they make those fertilizers from that cow patty, and their stuff just takes off, because remember now, they're feeding their animals, so they know what their animals are eating. The reason why I stopped buying black cow, when I started doing the digging, and I'm like, okay, where's black cow? What are they feeding these cows to make these fertilizer or this compost? They couldn't tell you what they were feeding. They said it's against the law for them to tell you what they're feeding their cow. Because I wrote them and I asked the question. And if you're being that defensive about me asking you where you're feeding your stuff, I'm like, okay. That is like I told y'all the other night. You always have options. You have the option to say no, yes, or walk away.
Right.
Right.
So I did option 3. I just walked away. Because it's up to you what you consume or what you pay for.
That's right.
I watch DHD a lot. You ever watch him?
Which one?
DHD.
No, I've never seen that.
Okay. It's another one, Miss June
on
Instagram.
The skinny guy.
She's in St. Petersburg.
DHD.
This guy is an Asian guy that grows. He doesn't speak, and he doesn't. I think he's missing a cup of tea, but he's a small, skinny guy, and he just shows you how he's growing vertically, mostly in buckets and stuff like that. That's him. Yeah, I watch him. But there's no talking. These people get millions of views, and they don't talk. Let us get on
that part.
Let us do a video and don't say a word. Y'all will chew us up and spit us out. But you go there and you watch their videos and be amazed by what they're doing, and they don't tell you nothing. They don't pick anything.
You know what? I'm getting ready to do it.
And they don't open their mouths, and they get millions of views, and all of them not coming from over there in their country.
My thing is they use a lot of plastic, and
they recycle.
Okay, they recycle plastic, but the thing is, isn't that plastic getting into the soil to get into the
They don't have the same governing rules that we have.
If you're using BPA plastic like these, if you're using plastics that won't bleed into the soil, so the stuff that they're using over there is already regulated, so that they have to be BPA coated, or not BPA coated, don't have BPA, excuse me. So they because like one of the guys that I watch, everything he uses is not brand new. Everything is recycled. He uses milk cartons. He uses rice bags. And one of his amendments that he uses in his garden is rice husk. I didn't even know rice had a husk. But he has bagfuls of rice because, they harvest rice from the rice paddies. And then when they harvest them, they put them through machines that take the husk off, and they go collect the husk, and he mixes it with soil, and that helps absorb water. And I'm like, there are so many different gardening techniques that are out there. Right. Yeah, Sheila B has it up there. Food scraps, soil, water bottles, rice husks. Yeah. There's a guy that I watch. It's called Anika's Terrace. He does all his garden on a rooftop terrace. He doesn't have soil. Right. He's on concrete. And he literally builds all his soil, and he trestles everything. Right. And he plants everything.
Is that on Instagram also?
I don't know nothing about Instagram. I do not have that platform. I ain't lost nothing on
Instagram.
I haven't seen it on Instagram.
I know it's on YouTube. But the Glamour Planners say they have limited resources also, and they spray paint their vegetables. Why? Ew. Do they spray paint them so that it'll be appealing so when you see them it looks good? I'm kind of stuck on that one right there. And I don't know about spray painting the vegetables.
What was that? Ms. Gail, say that again about spray? I missed that.
The Glamour Planner says they have limited resources. Also, they spray paint their vegetables.
No, Serena, I don't use the seed time app.
Glamour, you need to explain. Got some.
Yeah, I don't know what that one means. Now, is that the one they're talking about? They're selling in stores, because I know the garden channel, they don't plant nothing.
Mike said he learned to grow in water bottles from them, and he still do it.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah, I
few
brought a
things that
water
they
bottle
grow
before.
in plastic that I want to try. I got a 5-gallon water thing that I wanted to try and do that little method that they got. I want to try it. I really do. Turn
I
that thing
seen one.
upside down and is wick water up to it. See,
Mhm.
that's my issue here, is because we have a lot of drought. So by
Okay.
wicking the water up, I do have pots that have gallons of jugs in the bottom, and I got a pipe that's going into one of the bottles, and I pour it in there and fill it up until the water comes out on the side. That's feeding the roots. Watering
Right.
is watering and feeding the roots, instead of on top is on the inside. You know, I know
Yeah,
y'all didn't know I
I've
was
done
doing it. But
the milk
no,
cartons.
Serena, no, don't nobody do Seed Time app. No, don't nobody even know about Seed Time app.
I don't.
I don't know what that is.
We not. We
Right,
don't.
I know.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Okay.
So we got Graham. She's gonna be ringing the doorbell in a second. Mike is talking about if you guys remember the hashtag trash can pepper and hashtag 5-gallon hydro
My
grow
trash can, pepper,
hydro
5.
challenge is similar.
I couldn't do that one. I couldn't get in on that one. I done tried everything else, but I couldn't get the understanding of that one.
That's a lot of work for me. But my interest had fell off. But I'm thinking about trying it. I wanted to see how they was doing it before I did it. But I seen some 5-gallon buckets they got at the orange store. They got 5 of them for like $100 and some dollars. And
The
I'm
what? The
like,
five what?
5-gallon, and they got the word you can attach this thing to it for the water to circulate the water and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So it's already made.
it's already made. It's 5
Okay,
of them
good.
attached.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, whoa.
I
So you
thought you
said
were
the
just
dollar,
talking about
dollar
the
store?
bucket.
Huh? At the orange store.
And what is this contraption called?
It's the hydroponics.
At the orange box store.
Yep.
Already made up.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
You know what? I'll send it to you right now because it's show on my
Mona.
yes.
Send it to me too.
Jones Truth wants to come up, Mona.
Mona, have you ever seen my hydroponic setup?
No, I have not.
I have a video on my channel, and I use 5-gallon buckets. All you need is the 5-gallon buckets and the 5-gallon bucket lid, and drill the holes so you can put your. I grow in the wintertime indoors. I grow greens and bell peppers, and yeah, that's about it.
Oh, wow.
And I don't use no hydroponic solution, no nothing. All I simply use is I use garden scraps.
You got it, Jones
Oh,
Truth?
awesome! That's what I need to know.
We need to look at that video, Jones Truth.
System
That's what you put in the bucket?
Excuse me?
That's what you put in the bucket?
So what I do is I take soil,
Hello?
I take
Hello.
garden scraps, I take banana peels. I may add maybe a tablespoon of 511. I
Okay.
mix that up and I let it sit outside in the sun for a week, so that way it becomes concentrated. And then once it's concentrated, I take a mesh and I pour it off so all the stuff is out of it, and I let it sit out and get that solar energy from the sun, and then I just let it sit because it's concentrated. And then I mix it down for the solution. So I put 4 gallons of rainwater in the bucket with 1 gallon of that mix. And then all I do is I get my starts, put it in, and let it do its business. And the roots just suck up the solution.
Oh
Let me jump
wow.
in here right quick. Yes, Cassandra,
Okay,
we
let
do
me get
have
this
mics
right.
here.
Let me get it right. So I
Yeah.
have to go back and you say all I got to do is drop my food scraps in there.
No, not in the stuff that you're gonna grow. You're making up the solution.
Oh, so make the stink juice and pour the
Right.
stink juice in there.
Right. But like but you want to dilute it because that stink juice is gonna be concentrated. So you might want to figure out what do you want to make your dilution in. Me, I do a 4-to-1. I do 4 gallons of rainwater, 1 gallon of the
What?
stink juice.
Okay. Okay. And you
Because
put it in.
remember now, that will be inside your house. You don't want your house stinking.
No, it's gonna be outside. What you talking about?
Oh, okay. Oh, you talking about for outside. I'm talking about inside.
Yeah, baby.
You don't have flies, what you call them, gnats?
Oh,
Okay. See, Mike saying that she's talking about buying it pre-made. I'm
yeah.
telling you how to save money from buying it to making
Find a
your own.
solution.
Yeah.
But you don't have gnats?
Do I have gnats? Is that what you asked me, Duval?
Yeah.
No, because there's no soil. The gnats go into soil. They're not going to go into liquid. They're drowned.
That's why a lot of people do a
Hydroponics. Yeah.
hydroponics so that they don't have to deal with the gnats.
Right. The soil the soil is what breeds the gnats. Most of them have their eggs in there, and they keep populating inside the soil. They don't populate it in water. They don't populate it in any kind of solution. They get in solution, they drown.
Mona, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Well, let me ask this. What is... Go ahead.
I need to just do my hydroponics during the winter instead of doing the starts in the soil.
Right, that's what I do. And another trick that I've done is during the winter I start my hydroponics with like my peppers, so they go all winter in solution, and then in the spring I take it to solution.
I don't know what would be happening when you come over here.
I think it's a walkie.
Okay, because she okay, go ahead, D-Mood.
Somebody was asking a question before. Somebody was asking something.
I was going to ask the question. My only question was going to be, what would you say the biggest challenge with hydroponic gardening is?
You talking about for me?
Yeah.
I can't think. I'm trying to think of one to tell you. I can't think of one. As long as you make your solution to feed whatever you're growing, there really is no challenge. Not for me, not that I've seen. And setting up your light system. That's another one. You got to set up your light system. Miss Gail, Miss Georgia Peach Hut, she had a video where she did one with water bottles and broomsticks and play sand. And so that's the one I use. And the way I do it was with a shop light. So you can lower your light. As the plant grows, you elevate your light, and it's directly shooting on the plant. Now, in my system, I drilled 5 holes in the cover. So they're small holes, and so the plant just literally comes through the hole, right? And I have mine in what you call net cups. Like, give me a second, real quick.
So, Miss Gloria, do you have videos of you doing your hydroponics and using water gutters? Because I sure have one sitting there ready to be used for something.
I think that might be a good option to me, so I don't have any more diehard gardens. Because last year gardening was better. This year, the sun, nothing. That's it. The sun just ate it. But plus the fact I had to go out of town for 11 days. So what little was surviving just went ahead and gave up the ghost. I was shocked to see I still had 2 nice little watermelons growing.
Wow.
So this is what I grow it in. These lava rocks.
Hold on. I'm over here stretching my eyes when I need to be
Can
doing
you
this.
see this? Can you see it?
Hold
These
on.
rocks.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Where'd you go? Oh,
You move me over to the other corner. Okay.
I didn't mean to move you. Hold on.
There you go.
That's what I meant to do right there. Okay, okay, yes.
So I put them in the lava rocks, and then the lava rocks go into these net cups,
Yes, I
Right.
have that.
and
Yes.
the roots come out, and the roots go down into the solution. So
Right.
in actuality, these sit right on top. All you got to do, I have a video on my page where I show you how I set the entire thing up.
Okay.
Now, and you don't use a pump?
Excuse me?
You don't use a pump?
I do use a pump.
Okay.
I use what do you call that pump now? I can't think of the darn thing. A fish tank pump.
Fish
Go to
tank.
David.
Go to Wally World and get you a fish tank pump.
Okay.
Hey, David.
Pump will pump oxygen into the soil roots. It's just my hydroponic system is as basic as you get. Can't go, not complicated. Try it if you want. If you know, it's just keep your life simple.
Right.
It works. It works. It worked for me, and I've been doing it now. This will be my third year.
So now, do you transplant out, or you just let it continue growing there?
No, I transplant out in the spring.
Okay.
So what I do is during the wintertime, as it's growing, I'm eating. I'm picking the leaves. I'm picking the peppers. I'm eating. But as the fall starts, I start transitioning to putting them outside. So what happens, especially with my peppers, I'm ahead of the game.
Mhm.
So when everybody is waiting to get bell peppers and all the other, I'm already getting peppers because it's been growing the whole winter.
Thank you, Jane Doe.
Hmm. Yeah, I did that with the winter indoor gardening, and I have some peppers that are just now actually producing. But I have some that I did last year, never died back. They've been producing through the whole last summer, winter, all the way through this year, and they still producing.
Yeah, peppers are perennial. A lot of people don't know that. People just get rid of their peppers. Hey, Mona, can you put my channel up there? Or whoever.
Okay. Yeah.
Peppers are perennial, so they'll grow as long as they have the environment. They'll keep growing. What I used to do was when I had them outside, I would root them up and cut the bottom roots off, wash the soil off, and switch them to another medium just so they would keep over the winter, and just add a little bit of water so they get some soil, and then
Right.
once the fall,
Thank you,
retransition
Jane
back.
Doe.
Hey, David.
Thanks, Mike.
Hmm. See,
My
I
bell
never did
peppers are
change
showing
mine.
up. I don't know if y'all saw the video.
Do
My
what?
peppers
Hey,
are
David.
huge. I mean, I had them like that last year too,
Oh
though.
yeah.
I grew my bell peppers and peppers. I grew up really well, and they're so big that they're breaking branches off.
Oh,
The way
wow.
they're very prolific.
Yeah, there was a
Wow.
lot.
Yeah, and you know, I go out in the evening, so I don't really get a chance to really see them because they blend in with the leaves. Next thing I
Right.
know, they're falling over. And when the first one that fell over, I showed on the video, they were huge. They were huge. Don't know what I did.
Wow.
I know what you did.
What?
You put that stuff on it.
I put a hurting on them. That's what I did. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, okay. Okay. Look, they was liking what you was giving it, and then it had all that rain.
Yeah. And see, I
Right,
water
right.
every day. I water every day. Your vegetables got it had and your fruit has to have that water. You know, because that's mostly what it is, water, fluid.
Okay.
So Is that Glam down there?
Yeah, she been here.
Well, you no, she wasn't here when I
Yeah,
left.
she had you was gone. She was when you got up and walked away. She came up.
Did I say she wasn't here when I left?
Hello, beautiful.
Thank
Hey,
you,
Hey,
Dr.
darling,
everyone.
how
Charlene.
Hey,
precious.
everybody. Hey, everybody in
Hey,
the
Hi.
chat.
We were talking
So
about
I was
shopping.
saying, I was agreeing with you guys about watching the other channels. I do love watching all different kind of channels that are gardeners, homesteaders, gardener, whatever it is that they do that's in the garden. Recently, I've been obsessed with African gardeners.
Okay.
There's a lot of farms and stuff in Africa that grow. When I talk tomorrow about the lemongrass, I'm going to mention a couple of the African channels that they basically grow lemongrass. But what happened is Dimu was right. I was talking about some of the farmers that do grow fruits and vegetables, and because they grow it out and they pick it out of season when it's not the season for it to be ripe, they spray paint them. And he's right, and that is the farmers and ones that sell to big box chains and things like that.
Oh,
What they
So I was
spray
saying that,
painting
but there's
with?
plenty of videos showing it.
They're
oh
spray
wow.
painting with what? Now, not paint.
Yeah, it's paint. It's basically a paint, a food coloring paint, a dye that they
So it's an
use. So,
edible
for
food color.
instance, I found out that a lot of the soursop we're buying in a grocery store is not ripe or out of season, and they spray paint it green so that they can sell it in the stores. But we see it all the time. I did videos on it where even in the grocery stores, there's something about even their lighting that when you're in there, the food looks so right, the fruit looks so right, and then when you step outside, it's a whole
It
different
looks
color.
don't look
Or
right.
you give it a couple seconds and the color done faded off of it.
Right.
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 So they're not the only ones that spray painting food wherever they're getting it from. So that's why, like you always say, Georgia, grow your own food. It's
Yeah,
important. And with
you
these
know.
videos coming out showing how toxic the food is with them spray painting with these dyes and things like that, they're going to force you to grow your own food.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, at my little, well, two Sundays ago, I say, one of the young ladies that was at dinner with us was talking about how she went into the grocery store and
Hi,
bought some
G Mama
strawberries,
Bro.
and she bought something else. She came home and she washed them and put them in the sink. She washed them in baking soda. An hour later, she came back into the kitchen and everything was dying. I said, because you washed the chemicals off. And
My
just
Right.
that quick,
strawberries is like that every time. There's
yes,
not a strawberry that I have bought that didn't the color did not fade when you're trying to wash off that the herbicide and the chemicals that's on it.
Right.
yep, and that APEL appeal and all
Yeah,
that other stuff that they're putting
absolutely,
on there. You wash it
absolutely.
off and it starts dying because that's keeping it alive. It is in your environment, in your house, subjected to your condition, and it's out of the refrigeration.
Out of the grocery store, yeah.
I have,
They
do I have,
and they showed how there's a video on Instagram. I know Dimu, you're not on Instagram, but on Instagram there's a video of a guy who shows that how you go and it's the food supposed to be organic, right? That spray that's spraying on the fresh vegetables. They said there's chemicals in it to keep
Oh
it
wow.
those colors so that when you take it home, it stops spraying those chemicals on it and it will change color on you.
mhm.
Mm.
It is a chemical to keep it alive or looking fresh for you while you're in the grocery store.
Hi, G Mama.
Oh,
Huh? Hold on.
Yeah, I'm saying hi to G Mama, but I hear an echo when I talk, and I don't know why.
But you know what's
oh, that's
strange?
you?
Living here in Mississippi, I've bought a lot of fresh vegetables and things from the farmers market. And maybe it's because there's a lot of farming going on down here. But I'm just listening from what you were saying. I'm beginning to think they're only doing select vegetables. In other words, the further they ship it, the stuff, the more they want it to look fresh. Because I wash everything. I mean, it's going to go in some baking soda and water and
Right.
everything. And I've never had the problem with the dyes or anything coming off here where I am. all I'm saying is that could possibly be because the further they ship, because even the prices are different. When I went home, we pay like $6 and something a can for salmon. In Ohio, it was $10 a can. So I think it depends on how far they're shipping it and how, because you know a lot of things are being transported by truck. So just to try to preserve it, I think that's where it was going, because there's a lot of thing up there. It just didn't look right to me. I've been in Mississippi so long, and I'm so used to really good fresh stuff. So when I went to Ohio, I wasn't really quick to buy. What the grapes looked old, the cherries looked rough. You know, it just didn't look right.
But you're comparing a grocery chain to farmers market. When I go to the farmers market, I don't have that problem. The food is fresh. I know that I have to eat it within that week. It's not really lasting that long unless I freeze it or dry it or something like that. That's different from the box chain stores.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this. Most of your peppers, most of your cucumbers, your zucchinis and stuff in the store, they're covered with wax because it's supposed to appeal to the consumer. So they're trying to make it pop. It's supposed to look sexy, look good. You got to understand a lot of the products that we eat are shipped green.
Yep.
What they do is while it's being shipped to you, inside those box containers that is coming in, they're pumping in ethylene gas in there. Ethylene gas is what naturally comes from apple and bananas. That's why if you bring something, that's like me. If I harvest something out in my yard, I put it in a brown bag with a banana because bananas give off ethylene gas. So if a lot of stuff that's shipped is shipped green, just think about it. If they were shipping ripe stuff, it would go bad by the time it gets to you. Me having lived in different countries,
What do you mean by green? You got to clarify what you mean by green, because a lot of times they ship food that's not ripe yet, so they can ripen in the process that it gets to you.
Green meaning not ripe.
Okay, thank you.
Green meaning not ripe, and they pump the ethylene gas in it. So by that time, it starts the ripening process. So that's why you notice if you go, sometimes you go to the store to go get banana, the banana looks tinted yellow-green. It was green. They just pumped the gas to artificially make it start green. That's why I only buy organic bananas. And with a catch, I'm going to tell you why. Because I was in the military, I lived in different countries. I lived in Korea for a while. I lived in Germany for a while, and I visited France and a bunch of different countries. In the Asian countries, because I can speak of Korea because I lived there. They will not buy fruit if the fruit is not
Django.
If it's not mashed, if it doesn't look like animals ate it, they're not touching it. Because they know, okay, let me tell you, growing up in Jamaica, how we knew fruit was ready was when the birds started eating it. If the birds weren't eating it, we weren't touching it. Right.
Oh, wow.
So consequently, and where did we get that from? We got that from the motherland, from Africa, because that's how Africans do. They watch what the animals eat, and that's what they eat.
What they eat. Okay.
But now we're in the Western society where they tell us eat this because we did whatever we did to it. And so because everybody sees everything that looks pretty, they just automatically assume pretty means good. Whereas me, because of where my background and where I was raised in the islands and being around different cultures and seeing that if the like, you know, when a banana is starting to ripen, it's starting to get a blemish, apples gets a blemish, you know that's natural, that's good, that's natural. It goes bad. I'll give you a case in point because I bake. And I'll bake my wife a bread or whatever. If I bake a bread, I literally bake it. I know all the ingredients go in. The bread will not last a week. It will go bad.
Right.
So how is it that you're buying a bread in the store and it's lasting a week or better?
More than a week?
What are they putting in it?
That stuff?
I think a lot of times we're not asking ourselves those questions. But unless you've done something yourself, you will never know. And like I said, I was under the delusion until I started baking my own bread, and I was like, wait a
Yeah.
minute, this
Yep.
thing, and you know, you start like, man, and I don't use when I bake anything, I don't use animal products. I don't use eggs. I don't, I don't use butter. I use coconut oil. So, or not coconut oil, but yeah, coconut oil or grapeseed oil. I stay away from animal fats because animal fats make your stuff go bad quicker, and it's not good for you anyway.
Right.
So I'm not
Mm.
anti-animal. I eat animals. Let's get that out of the way.
So you eat animals?
I eat animals,
Oh, okay.
but I mean,
But you won't eat no raccoon.
I was getting ready to clean that up. I am restricted to. I eat chicken, turkey, fish. I do not. I do not eat red meat. I have nothing against
No
red
wild. You don't do the
meat. I just don't
wild.
eat meat. And it was funny because when I joined the army, my mother was worried. She's like, I don't know how you're gonna make it. You don't eat meat, So guess what? When I went to basic training, there was sometimes I went to bed hungry because I just didn't eat some of the stuff that they fed me. I just didn't eat it.
Mm.
Well, they was making me go to bed hungry. They said I was overweight. So once I get a couple of bites, they come take my plate. No, you laughing, but they did do that to me.
Really?
Oh wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I was skinny when I went to basic. So I mean,
So they was taking my food and giving it to you.
yeah, I saw that. I'll never forget. That's why I don't eat chocolate now. I got traumatized in basic training by chocolate. What happened was I had a guy in my basic training. His mom sent him you know how they send you the care package, and he was rotund.
Mm.
And drill sergeant was like, "You don't get to eat none of that crap." And so he called the 5 of us that was the skinniest. Now, how do they know? Because they have all your particulars. They know what your height is. They know what your weight is. And drill sergeant just went down the roster, looked at the roster, and he like called out the 5 guys in our basic that was the skinniest. I just happened to be one, and he put us right in front of the whole platoon, and he said, "Y'all go ahead and eat this." Right, and then he put old boy right in front of us, and we was in there eating his brownies, eating his chocolate, eating his cookies. And that day, that was September of 1988. I do not eat chocolate. I do not eat chocolate because of that. I was traumatized. I was physically sick. I had to go on sick off. I was sick. But because you don't know,
Right.
that was back in the time where you could eat from people and not have to worry. I didn't know his mama.
Right.
You know what I mean? All
Yeah.
I know was I was picked out because I was skinny. Go eat this. Like, what the hell?
Right.
It was good going down, but then it had to come through the other end, and it didn't work out.
I wonder what she did that for.
She kept him fat and jolly. You ever know, we as parents, we try to keep our kids happy. And so he's away from home. He's in a stressful environment. And what was his comfort food? Chocolate.
Chocolate.
So his mama made him brownies and sent him
brownies and some
cookies.
chocolate chip cookies.
And Drisson was like, I'll never forget my Drisson. That's back in the politically non-political correct time. He said, "You a damn fat body. Your ass ain't eating none of this."
Yep. That sounds like it. Look.
Well,
Hey,
chocolate-
nowadays, if you were to say something like that, they want to cancel you. They want to put you under the floor mat. But back then, 1988, people said whatever came to their head.
Well, I was in before then, so you can
But you know what was funny?
What's
He
that?
was standing tall when we were graduating in October.
I know he was.
And he was 30 pounds lighter.
I know he was. They made him a one of them guards too, right? Didn't he have a vest?
Yeah, and you know what was funny? His mom came to graduation and she's like, "Oh my God, y'all starved my baby." No, they made a man out your baby. You was babying his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, chocolate is my comfort food, but I've replaced processed chocolate with cocoa powder
Yeah.
and some other
Yes.
things like that.
Right.
I'm lactose intolerant. I don't use milk. I've had substitutes, so I still eat chocolate, but I eat it in a more healthier way. Because
Right.
I'm sorry, chocolate is my comfort food. What can I say?
When you
Mine
say you
too.
replace it with
I love
powdered
chocolate
cocoa, how do
covered
you prepare it?
paydays.
What?
How do you prepare it if you use
Believe
like
it or not, I was evidently I had to be bored this day because I was watching shorts and they came across this recipe for chocolate mousse using what was it? Using
Mm.
something else. I can't remember. It was like 3 ingredients. It wasn't cottage cheese. It was something else. But
Mm.
anyway, I tried it, and I'll be doggone if it wasn't good. So
wow,
I did that, and I only did it once. That's been a while ago. But yeah, but I mean, there are better ways you can replace. You can use what is it? Coconut milk. Um, well, the only way I eat anything chocolate now is there's a ice cream, and I know it's probably it's got preservatives in it, probably, but it's made from cocoa milk, coconut milk. So
Mhm.
I'll eat that once in a while, but as far as just going, just going grabbing just chocolate candies and all that other, no, I don't do that anymore. But
Yeah,
yeah, but
it's like I make my wife ice cream. I make her rum raisin ice cream.
Mm.
I use Jamaican white rum and raisins and cream of cocoa, and that's it. I just whip it, put all that stuff, and then I freeze it. No sugar. That
yeah,
thing tastes so good. But we be up in here buzz off our brain because we be
This
high
is
on
nut
raisins
milk.
because the
I'm
raisins
crying.
soak up the rum.
Okay.
So it's all in there. Where did what's her name? Is it Glamour?
Glamour
Glamour
Planner
planner.
bought it.
Yeah, she
Glamour.
probably got bumped or something. She'll be back.
Yeah, I saw a video that she did a short, and I wanted to know if she had the whole video. She was making natural bug juice, but I
huh?
didn't know what was her portions. I know she had lemongrass, she had mint, she had basil, she had calendula, and something else, but I didn't know what she did with it. Did she pulverize it? Did she boil it? It left me wanting. You know what I'm saying? You throw a video up there, give me some more context. I mean, so I was gonna ask her that when I saw her, and I just saw her,
Probably
and
did do a video.
I
A
did. I
bug
went
repeller.
on her
Bug
page to look,
repellent.
but I didn't see it.
yeah.
God Desire said it was a bug repellent.
Yeah, I know what it was, but what I'm saying is, I wanted to know,
Is
did she
there a video
How
got
to
all
of
the
make it?
ingredients? Did she
what does
boil them
she do?
down and then strain them? Because I make a natural bug repellent, but I don't use what she does. I use all different stuff. There's a couple of things similar that we use, but yeah, I my stuff I get them.
You say you get them even if you have to
I
get up
get
early in the morning. Be out
I
there
get it. 'Cause,
on the
I get
hunt
out
for
at
bugs.
30 in the morning, and the mosquitoes be acting like they bringing the lunch pail. They get up when I get up, and they be out there with me. I can't.
Then you don't want to come to the Delta. My only bug repellent, insect mosquito repellent I use is jojoba oil and shea butter, and it works
Oh,
real good for me.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
yeah.
I do not get bit because if I don't use that, they use me for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then the midnight snack. So, and because
Wow.
these mosquitoes in the Delta, they almost sting. You know when you're getting
It
bit here.
hurts.
So,
Yes.
yes, it hurts. And so I accidentally discovered that because I use shea butter anyway.
Good
This
night,
particular
Gloria.
time, I just want,
Good
and I
night,
didn't get
Gloria.
bit. So that's
Thank
all I
Hi,
you.
use.
Gloria.
Well, listen, how do you do that jojoba oil and shea butter? Do you melt it down or you put it on your body to
Yeah, I tend
insulate it?
to. Well, what I did with mine is I let it get real soft. Sometimes if you set it out or whatever, or you can melt it down. But then I just put it. Well, I use my Ninja. I threw that stuff in that Ninja and just I took I guess maybe about a pound of shea butter because I had the real tall glass, and I took and I just kept pouring in enough jojoba oil. I just wanted it a smooth texture, a nice smooth texture, not too stiff, because it was still going to harden back up anyway, because shea butter tends to do that. But
Right.
but in the mixture, I had it like a nice smooth texture, and then put it out there, stuck it in a jar, let it harden back up, and I was good to go.
So you let it sit, and that's your repellent. You don't put it on your body.
Oh no, I use it on my body.
Okay.
That's
what
for my body. That's for them darn mosquitoes that love me
Okay.
so much.
you use it like a
Mm.
lotion. then. Okay.
From my head to my toe. Yes, it's going on there. I found that to be the best repellent for me. Now, I think the reason why some things don't work for other people, because all of us, we're different.
Right.
And see, my thing is, I'm allergic to fragrances. You can't. I've been around people who wear fragrances, and it literally chokes me. I have never been to a nail salon because the smells would kill me. So what I do is, so I stay away from that. And shea butter does not have a loud smell. You can barely smell it. So that's what I use. I can't use perfumes, colognes, nothing. It sucks, but
You know,
there it
it's,
is.
it's ironic you say that. Like me, aerosols is mine. Aerosols will literally choke me out. I cannot be in a room where somebody sprays like an aerosol, like any kind of aerosol. Like I have clippers. Like if I shave or I do my hair, when I use my aerosol, which has antimicrobial, antiviral spray to make sure I don't infect my own self,
Mhm.
I have to open up all the windows.
Mhm.
Something about that aerosol gets in my windpipe in my throat.
Mhm.
Game over.
Yeah, and see, that's me. Aerosols, colognes, fragrances, anything with a loud smell. Because I went into one of the stores, to sell all the farm equipment, that store, and I was standing there talking to the lady, and this guy walked by me. And when he walked by me, all of a sudden my nose started burning. And I'm thinking, because I couldn't really smell it. Then he walked by me again, and he stopped and said hello. I had to back up. I started backing up out the door. And I was like, and then wouldn't you know it, I was getting a lot of soil, and that's who they sent to help me get the soil to my car.
Oh, wow.
So I'm trying to be polite. So I'm trying to figure out which way the wind blowing, because I'm gonna stand downwind, I'm gonna stand upwind or whatever it is from this
Yeah.
guy. And I literally, my eyes were burning, I was choking, I was coughing, and 'cause my son knew as soon as I got, he's like, you done got hold to something that smells loud, didn't you? I was like, that guy right there. But I can't, and people get offended, and I do and I can't, it's not my fault, and I don't fault them for what they want to wear. God bless you. I'm a little envious that you can wear the stuff, but don't get upset if I can't get close to you. You know what I'm saying? I have to
Listen,
back away.
listen. It's something I used to tell the guys that work for me. The life you save will be your own. Damn, you're offended. If something is gonna have a reaction to you, save your own life.
Yeah.
You can be polite when you're alive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Gail, I saw on one of your videos a while back that you had like a whole gang of water in your front yard. Do you still get that?
Yeah, we have heavy rains, probably some out there now. Sitting.
I was saying she got a swimming pool all out in the front yard.
Yep, I certainly do. Y'all
Guess
come
what?
up anytime and go swimming.
I got a swimming pool in my backyard. We get it in my backyard.
Ours is almost a half an acre of water sitting.
Yeah.
standing.
Wow.
And that's what the frogs. I can go if I go out there now. It's gonna be frogs singing, all kinds of things chirping and singing in that water out there until it dries up tomorrow. Hopefully, it'll take it a couple of days to go away. Yeah, we have.
Yeah, because I remember I was watching one of your videos and you were going around the yard, and I was looking. Cause what do I tell you? People are always looking in the background. I was looking.
Right.
I'm turning my head. I'm trying to look through you. I'm like, what's going on back there? And I saw that water. I was like, whoa. I said, the next time I see her, I'm going to ask about that swimming pool, how long she done had it.
Yep. Just when it rains, that's when it comes. It's a dip right in there. And I think when we first moved here, it wasn't like that. But when you continuously till your soil,
Yeah.
it links, and that's what happens. You get.
I know right now my ground is saturated. You know how I can tell when my ground is saturated? I have mushroom everywhere.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen over here. I'm gonna have mushrooms everywhere.
Yeah, I
All
have some
different
now.
kinds of mushrooms.
Well,
Yeah,
we
I
have a couple
plenty.
of old stumps, tree stumps in the yard. And I
Yeah.
went out there one day, and I mean, the whole thing was covered with mushrooms. I'm like, good gravy. That's, you
Yep.
know, so
And
they're
we've been
there.
getting yellow colored mushrooms. I don't know what that's all about. Of course, we don't bother any of it, but I just noticed the color yellow.
Yeah. Yellow and then it turns orange. Look like
I guess so. I haven't been back out there to look at it. I stayed away from it, but I just realized you don't usually get yellow mushrooms. So I don't know.
Yeah, I have
if
some
that's-
of
I got
those
that in my
too.
yard.
Hey, you see what Mike put up there? Covering stink with stink just makes
Just
more
makes
stink.
more-
That he tells no lies. That's true. There's some people that you walk by them and you like, damn, did you just empty the whole bottle of cologne on yourself?
Yeah, they did.
What the hell's going on?
Look.
My mother said, if you cover funk with cologne, you just got funky cologne. So it's just, you just got
People maybe they
that's
don't want to
all.
wash, but they just throw that cologne on because they think that's gonna cover up the fact that they
You
stink.
know,
Right.
That doesn't get it. Mm-mm.
covering stink with stink just makes more sense.
Yeah,
Georgia.
I mean, that
Just
just
Miss
makes for an
Peachnet.
awful smell.
Miss
And I
Peachnet.
can't hide my expression. I cannot hide my
Miss
expression.
Peachnet.
If you smell it bad, you're gonna see it on my face. And I don't want to. If you're smelling something, that's like when you smell things, especially bad smelling things. That's bad bacteria in the air. If you can
Right.
smell it, you're inhaling that into your system, and it get in your throat, and you can smell it almost a whole day. Who wants to
So-
go through that?
It's ironic. I was talking to another YouTube gardener earlier, and we were talking about BBLs. And you know, I've seen a couple of videos people were talking about BBL and smell. And I was like, that's nonsense. So me and my wife went to the casino, and we had two young ladies pass us that had BBLs. And I'm gonna be vulgar, but they passed me, and they literally smell like shit.
Oh my! I can believe it. I can believe it.
And so I was asking one of their friends, I was like, what's going on here? And she said they're trying to get used to it by reaching, but the dumbasses won't take the claws off. They got them long ass fingernails.
Yeah.
And so my thing is anybody telling them that they can smell them, or y'all lying to their face?
And that gets it under your
They're
nails.
probably
You
lying
got
to their
picking your
face.
nails. You got them long fingernails that stretch from one city to the next, from one state to the next, and then you go use tissue and try to wipe your behind, and you really wiping your butt with your fingernails. That's nasty. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well,
Okay, I'm sorry.
I've been told that I'm too direct and too forward, but I'm sorry if you stink. I don't want to embarrass you. I would never say it in front
Out
of other
loud,
people.
but you use
But I
text.
would pull you to the side and say something. I have a friend. She's very heavy over. She don't have a BBL, but I went to her house, and as soon as you open the door, God dog. So I went, and I mean, she's having problem with walking and stuff. I'm like, what is going on in here? She's like, what? Because she kind of walked by me. I was like, no offense, but why do it smell like poop in here?
Mm.
And she was like, oh, well, see, I'm having problems. I was like, having problems or not, you need to take care of that. I said, because as a friend, please do not go out in public smelling like that. I said, because I'm your friend. I'm telling you to your face. The public going to embarrass you. They don't even care. So do something. So I would rather tell you in private and maybe possibly hurt your feelings a little bit, but you get over that, than to see you go and get publicly embarrassed. You understand what I'm saying?
Do you see Do you see what Six Ball just wrote up there about? As an esthetician, I can tell you that the smell, if you are my client and reschedule you, the BBL did not drain properly. It has nothing to do with the stool. It's the so the smell I'm
Okay.
seeing is the okay, got it. Thank you for that.
Thank you
So,
for it's always good to know somebody.
it's not poop. It's the incision.
The incision.
Draining.
That's nasty.
That's why you better be careful who you go to have cutting on you.
Mhm.
Everybody's not gonna do it the right way,
Mhm.
That's right.
or whatever. No.
One thing about I realize the older I get, the more for real I get, as if I needed to. I didn't used to be as for real. I just hold it in, but I can't help myself. You know, if it don't you smell right and it ain't right, I'm gonna let you know. And
You
you
see,
gonna
that's-
leave it on my face.
That's me.
Then see, that's when I heard you say that. I said, we're on the same page because we're in the same field.
I can't remember.
Because
the
I
last
figure
time
if I'm going to be your
I worked
friend and
long
I'm
for
really a
somebody
good
gardening
friend,
outside.
then I should be able to tell you things.
Right.
If
And
we're
you should
friends,
want to
I
know.
as a good friend, I would rather y'all come to me and tell me, Sheila, you know, you just look and you smell. Please tell me. You know, I would rather have a little embarrassment than a big embarrassment. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right.
please tell me. Tell me. You know, I was like, you know,
That's why people
Sheila,
actually don't smell themselves. They actually don't know because they've been around it so long. So they
Yeah.
don't really, you know, detect
Yeah.
that.
It's kind of like what Mike just said about cat people. We had when I remember when I was in school, we had a girl. She used to literally be like she was stink a cat.
Mm.
And I'm like you, Miss Gail. My face says it all. My wife tells me all the time that I have an expression-filled face, and I am very direct. And I remember I went over to her and I was like, and she was a friend because we all were on the track team. She was on the ladies' track, I was on men's track, and I was like, "You smell like a straight damn cat." I mean,
Mm-mm.
and my girlfriend at the time was her friend, and she said, "Yeah, girl, you've been smelling like that. We just didn't want to tell you, but since he
Oh
told you,
Lord.
you know what I'm saying? But she didn't know. You know what I'm saying? It was her normal smell because she's so used to it.
Mhm.
Like you're not a true friend if you let your friend walk around smelling bad. That's just not what you do.
It's
Be
kind
a
of hard
good
for me to be a
friend.
true friend
Help your
because I
friend
got to be around somebody like that. I mean, to be a true friend, I have to be around you a lot, get kind of close in person. We talk. That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, you help your friend out.
I can't
Yeah.
be friend and smile in your face and inhaling your funk too. That
And
ain't gonna
you-
work. Now I'll be a person that's gonna be a friend eventually if you go watch.
Look,
Right.
I was at this place, and you know how sometimes ladies, we go in the bathroom and we think we done got everything tucked in, and you walk out the bathroom and your skirt stuck in your butt and they see all your drawers and stuff like that. Well, I saw this lady, and I'm seeing all these people laughing at her. And I just happened to just take off my jacket. I came up behind her real nice. I said, "Ma'am, excuse me, I ain't trying to be rude, but your skirt is stuck in the back of your stockings." And I put my jacket around her. And you know what? She appreciated that.
Right.
Yes, she
was like,
did.
"Thank you for telling me," because nobody else said. I was
Else
like,
wouldn't
"No,
you say
I can't.
right.
I can't.
That
I'm
part.
sorry. I can't
Part.
see that and not do anything. You know, I can't see that. You know."
Yeah, because
But you
people
know
with
what?
them that can talk about you.
But you know what though?
Yeah.
That works the opposite for men because this new thing now where you creepy, you did. Well, I was somewhere and I saw a lady come out of the bathroom and I was minding my business and she had a tail behind her. She had the toilet paper creeping
Mhm.
behind her like she had a damn white tail.
Right.
And I just couldn't help it. I went over, I said, "Excuse me." And she's like, "What you need?" With a dancing attitude. I'm like, "What you need?" I don't really need anything. I just want to let you know you got some toilet paper following behind you like a child.
And she was embarrassed then.
Have a nice day. She got real humble because now the same girlfriends that she was walking with had been kikiing the whole time. Ain't nobody.
Ain't nobody said nothing.
And
Now you see what kind
thing
of
about
friends
it
you
is,
got.
you know, she felt like she was fly. She was good looking. She was a nice looking sister. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so you walk in with your so-called friends
Yep.
Mhm.
She had her little spandex, and I get it. You might have been wiping and you pulled off too much, and you thought you got it, and you didn't get it. But she thought that I was trying to holler. I wasn't trying to holler. I was trying to holler to save you from embarrassment. But she
Yeah.
said, "Oh my God, thank you so much," and and she ran back to the bathroom to go fix herself. But it wasn't for me to try to embarrass her. She's already embarrassed.
Yeah, I know, but you
That
know what?
part.
She put
That
herself
part.
in the position with her attitude that she
Right.
ended up being embarrassed. You can't and see this new attitude now. It just for some reason it works my nerves. It thinks that every time a man says something to a female, what you want? I ain't talking to you. I got a man. You know what?
Mm, mm,
What?
mm,
They
mm.
might be trying to help you. You know, in today's society, somebody might be trying to follow you and do something to you. That person might be trying to help you. Wait
Exactly.
Right.
to hear the story before you jump to conclusions. That's my thing. Wait and see before you jump to conclusions.
My mentality is this: I have a mom, I have a wife, I have
Mhm.
nieces, I have aunties, I have a daughter, and so I would want somebody to help them, right? Not at risk to themselves if they're doing something stupid,
Yeah.
right? If they're doing something you can provide help. Um, I never forget my dose of feminism. The first time I encountered feminism in the military, and I told you, Mona, my first mentor was a female that saw
Right.
potential in me. So here I was a staff sergeant, and there was a young lady. We were both in Class B's, and she was a staff sergeant. And we were walking to the door. I'm ahead of her. I was about 4 paces ahead of her, and I got to the door. So I pulled the door, and I was standing there holding the door for her coming. And literally, she was like 3 steps away from me. She's like, "I can get it.
Mm,
I'm as strong as you."
mm,
And you know what I said? Say less.
mm.
And I walked out the door, and I pulled it behind me. And then so now she opened it and she come out. Well, she's like, "Well, you was already holding it. You might as well hold it till I got out." No, 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 no.
No.
No,
I'm
no, no,
giving
no,
you
no.
I'm giving you the equality that you say you want.
Right.
And
Well, my
I kept it pushing.
my
I'm gonna
thing is
say this. This
this.
is a little bit off topic, but I just saw
Yeah,
this on
go
my
ahead.
phone. This was 14 hours ago that it came out, but I'm just getting it. And I don't know if any of you happen having glitches with your emails, text messages, this period with Microsoft today.
Yeah.
But Microsoft was hit with another global outage with users unable to access emails, Xbox Live, and 365 functions. So if you, mine has been glitching. You know how you may be looking at something and all of a sudden it goes back to the main screen? Because that's what mine has been doing. And I'm like, what in the world happened? Well, that is what happened. So just so you know, it has been glitching because there is another problem with Microsoft in their outages.
Mhm.
So you may want to look that up. I'm not going to read anything about it, but you do know about it now.
Yeah. I saw
FYI.
that. I saw that alert earlier today, and I know the glitching. Like what was happening with mine was, it was jumping between YouTube, my email, and the internet. I don't know. I'm like, what the hell? And so when stuff like that happens, all I automatically do is I just shut all my systems down,
Yeah,
because you don't know if you're getting hacked or not. The
Right.
smartest thing to do is just shut everything down.
yeah.
Right.
It says that they're
And
investigating right now, which means they
let-
have
Oh,
not
I didn't
resolved it.
get it. Well, I wasn't on mine today, so maybe
Huh?
that's
Yeah,
why.
Me either.
so
I have.
somebody makes some money. Whenever you see glitches like that, somebody got rich.
Yeah,
Oh,
Trust and
really?
believe. Trust and believe that somebody made some money today.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I haven't really had that problem either. Well, then
Okay.
here lately, I've been trying to stay off the computer more than I'm on the computer, so it worked
Right.
out well.
Yeah, but mine
But I
has been
saw
like
you
this
all
lately for
on.
2 days.
Oh, that glamour part. Okay,
Yeah, she's driving home now.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 14 hours ago, like the young man said, they did issue more ground cinnamon products added to FDA product health alert due to, let me see what it's going to say, due to presence of elevated levels of lead found in it.
Mm.
So
Mm.
that you would know, this has just been a reissue in the elevator issue.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's distributed
Wow.
by Chiller in Florida, El Chiller in Florida, and Moran Foods in St. Anne, Missouri, Roger Foods in Skokie, Illinois. There's a whole list of people. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I
Y'all gonna
had
have to look
the
it up.
Moran. I had the Moran, the cinnamon, the Moran kind.
This is a map, Montakin, Mamptakim, Montakim. Is that what you said you had?
I think so.
Yeah.
Something
Good
like
night,
that.
Sheila
Oh, no.
B.
Good night,
Good night,
Sheila
Sheila
B.
Good night,
B.
Sheila.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. Okay, so this is a new alert for the cinnamon. You guys, make sure you look it up. Everybody in the chat, make sure you get reacquainted with the recall on the cinnamon. This is 14 hours ago.
Miss
Wow.
Peachnut, let me ask you a question. I'm sorry, I'm changing the subject.
It's okay.
Again. Okay. Someone gave me an olive tree. You all, I know as much about olive trees as I know about moringa, which is nothing. So my question is, and I mean, it's about 4 feet, but I know I probably need to put it in a pot. But do you know anything about olive trees? Because I don't. Lady just gave it to me.
Let me go to D Move. Do you have an olive tree?
I do not.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know what kind it is?
Lucky lady.
Huh?
What was the name of that
I
olive
said
tree?
lucky lady.
No,
Lucky lady?
no.
This is Albuquerque.
That's the one.
Okay. So it's gonna need a partner. It's supposed to be self-fertile, but I found out the one that I had needed to have a partner and it did not survive. Also, you cannot put it in regular soil, which is what I did. It was a big mistake. I think it needs the same kind of soil that blueberries need, something with acid. But you may want to look that up and see what kind of soil to put it in because I had it in the wrong soil.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's go back to the partner thing. What does that mean?
Get another. It can be another of the another olive tree of the same kind, but it just has to have extra pollination.
It needs two.
Yeah, you need
Wow.
to have two. Now it will produce. Mine produced, and I believe had I had the soil right. Sometimes they say that you could just treat all your trees with the same kind of soil, but that is not true with the olive tree. Not that particular brand.
Mm.
You will just need to make sure you give the proper soil and the proper fertilizer. So look up the kind of soil that you need for that particular kind of tree. And before you do you have some soil now, or what is it doing?
Well, when it was given to me in a pot, it's in a pot. I have not changed the pot. I might need to change the pot because it's awfully big. And to me, that pot looks kind of small.
Does it look
So,
like about a 3 gallon pot or 5 gallon, like a 5 gallon bucket size, or
no, it's not bucket size. It's to me, it's slightly smaller than a bucket.
so you know the trees at the big box stores, the kind of pots that they come in, which is a 3 gallon mostly.
Yeah.
That size right there.
Yeah, about the standard size they put trees in. And this
Okay,
one's
that's
got
about
a
it.
lot of branches on it. This has a lot of branches on it.
It's more than likely root bound if it does.
Yeah, sound like it.
Yeah. Are you wanting to put it in the ground, or do you want to put it in a container?
I think I would do better right now because, like I said, where we are now, we're renting. It's not, and we're
Okay.
looking to move at some particular point. So I think it would do better in a container.
Yeah, you
So
need
you got to remember too, olives are Mediterranean, so you're thinking the soil is going to have to be loamy and sandy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now
Lonely.
I have one. I've had it like 2 years, but I think it have grown into I don't know what kind it is. I just bought it, and but I think it have grown. The roots have grown into the ground from the pot, but I can't even get over in there where it's at.
Have you received?
So I don't know.
Has
Hmm.
it bared in its fruit?
This is like the
No.
second year. It's
Okay,
growing good.
So that's a no.
okay, so it's not buried in the
But I
creek.
mean, it won't. You
No,
think
it
it
doesn't
won't?
mean it won't. No, it doesn't mean
No,
that.
no. Don't mind me. She asked, has it grown fruit? And you didn't say anything, so I said no. That's a
No.
no.
Yeah, that's a no.
No.
No, yeah, I said no. It haven't grown any fruit.
Okay,
Okay.
so if it,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes it takes those kinds of all of our trees that are not standard 2 to 3, sometimes 4 to 5 years to grow to bear fruit.
Oh,
Number
okay.
one. Number
Okay.
two, if it doesn't have a growing partner, then it would be slow to fruit. Now mine did fruit within 2.5 years, but the fruit didn't stay on. And then I read up on it, and from what I can remember, hi Darcia White, how you doing?
Hi, Garcia.
From what I can remember, I had the wrong soil. I put in regular soil like I do everything else, potted soil, but they said that it needed soil, acidity soil. You know,
Wow.
so and then I
Like
was
for
using, like I
fruit?
said, everything else, huh?
Like the soil, because they said I needed to get a certain kind of soil for the lemon tree that I have, and I forgot. Well, anyway, I'm not sure if it was more
Citrus
sandy
soil
or
for
was
citrus.
yeah. They said
Mhm.
I could use succulent soil for the lemon
Right,
tree.
right,
Yeah, that kind of
yeah.
soil.
And
So
I
it
think
doesn't need that kind of soil, though, does it?
if I remember correctly, they said the kind of soil for blueberries, which is more
Okay.
acid. Uh-huh. I believe
Acidic soil.
yeah, acidic soil, yes. And you
I'm
have some
doing pretty
people who
good.
just don't pay that any
Like you
attention,
have
but
a
they're
nice
putting those
day.
things in the ground,
Right.
which they're going to get
Right.
different kinds of minerals in the ground that will help sustain it. But in a grow bag, you got to give it what it needs. You got to supply it with the right kind of minerals in order for it to survive. So mine just died last year.
Mm.
It hung in there for a long time. And plus, you know how you have those plants you don't pay no attention to. You're so busy dealing with all the other ones that you forget about that one because of where it's sitting in your yard. It was that kind of
I
thing.
understand.
Because I don't like olives, I just bought it because I just wanted to see if I could grow olives. Now,
Right,
if I had
right.
grown some olives and eaten it, I probably would have liked it because it was something that I grew.
Hi, girl, Dad.
Well, the lady that gave me this tree, she has an awesome garden. Her garden is ridiculous. I mean, it was bearing like crazy. But she had this olive tree, and she's like, "I got something for you." And I'm standing there, it's like, "What you have for me?" And she just said, "Here, take this." Like, what is it? She said, "It's an olive tree." I was like, "I don't know what to do." She said, "Figure it out." She just gave me the olive tree. I think what it was, she didn't want to deal with it because her garden was amazing. She had some dahlias. I kid you not, the heads on these flowers were this big.
Oh,
So
wow.
she has that kind of growing ability, but she said she just didn't want to deal with this tree. So I took it. I was like, why not?
Hi, girl, dad, and Darcy, Felicia. I think she's in the dark right now. She had a little storm to come her way. So some people
Hey,
don't have internet.
Jones
Unfortunately.
Truth. Can I ask
Yes,
you a
sir.
quick question? You say
Sure.
you're down in the bayou or the panhandle? Where's that?
And the Delta,
The
Mississippi.
Delta. Oh, okay. The
Hey,
Mississippi.
Grandma Hudson.
Yeah, hot
Hi,
Mississippi.
Grandma Hudson.
Oh, did she have surgery?
Yeah,
Yeah, it looked like he said he's gonna have a procedure done tomorrow.
yeah.
Who is that?
I'm in
Oh,
zone
sorry.
8.
Growing with Hudson.
Yeah, I'm in
Definitely,
Oh,
zone
okay.
7B,
definitely will
8A.
keep you in prayers, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely gonna
Yes.
send the prayers up.
Prayers going up.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought I
prayers
seen
going
that
up.
on her
Hi, Carrie.
video.
Yeah.
Carrie's leaving us. Good night,
No, I
darling.
said hi.
Huh?
Good night.
So,
Yeah,
Miss
she
Gail,
said
what
no.
are you growing now, Miss Gail?
Oh my goodness, how long do you have? Let's see.
She's one of
Everything.
those prolific
Everything.
gardeners.
Everything.
All right. Well, let's slow it down a little bit. Give me your top 5. What are your top
What's that
5 things
song?
you're
Say
doing?
collard greens and the song with the beans. You name it. Okay.
Yeah.
Not a whole bunch. I have my beans and
Okay.
greens and the go start my deck. I have, of course, my let me start over here. Figs, growing around all kinds of tomatoes. I'm just tomato crazy. I have the mulberries up here,
Hey,
and
girl, Dad.
I have Malabar spinach, which is going crazy. I don't know if anybody like Malabar spinach, but you have some Malabar spinach, you'll never go hungry. And I'm getting ready to play. I have some white potatoes and I have sweet potatoes up on top, apple tree on top, and a peach tree on top.
I was supposed to be dropping seeds tonight.
Down in the garden, I have, Lord Jesus, where do I have blueberries? The blueberries are not growing right now. They're done. I have a blackberry still coming, raspberries up. And I have what did I say? I planted the okra, more beans down in the garden. We have lots of bell peppers. I have onions still growing and garlic still growing down there. I'm growing onions and garlic up here. Sweet potatoes down there with several bags of Irish potatoes, more than one bag of sweet potatoes. I have crimson sweet watermelon, sugar baby watermelon, cantaloupe down there. Peanuts I'm growing. I'm so proud of my peanuts. I freshly grown peanuts. I got the little flowers, so they're making peanuts there. Okay, I digress. I am trying to go around in that little one square grapes. My grapes are doing great. My grapevine has fallen twice and somebody's picked pushed back up
She
again.
said she have power out.
Grapes on one side, muscadines on the other side. You want to
Oh,
hear
so
about
did the Concord that I sent you, did it catch?
that one died.
Oh,
It didn't last for a minute, but for some reason it just. So that's why I was like, maybe I need another sample. So, but
I
don't think
got you.
I'm not gonna be able to
Yeah.
pick no more grapes. I think all mine gonna probably fall off.
my grapes are doing great out there. Even though they laid on the ground for a while, I was so afraid the little bugs was gonna get them. But when they lifted them back up for the second time, voila, they're doing fine.
Yeah. The muscadine that you sent me, that died.
Really, yeah. I don't know. I guess it's it's a change in temperature and all this other stuff. You have to almost bait it and take it in the house.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I have that squash that I tried to kill out there. I have cucumbers that I'm very happy and proud of. I got to go pick some now because I know they're probably ready. And I have the butternut squash. I don't know. I've got everything growing out there. I showed my first successful jujube. I went out and put a bag over it yesterday to make sure the bugs don't get it. So I'm gonna get that one jujube. So I'm very happy about that. I got all kinds of apple trees.
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Because I heard you say you have a mulberry.
Mulberry. Yes, I have two.
So I have a mulberry, but I haven't seen a mulberry, and I found it by accident. Again, like I said, I was around my property. Somebody saw it. And it grows in with one of my flower trees, and I was like, "What the heck is this?" And I did my plant identification and said it was a mulberry. And this is the second year I've seen it, but I haven't seen any fruit.
Well, if you don't watch it, when the fruit comes, the birds will take care of it very quickly for you.
Okay, I'm watching it though. I'm definitely watching it.
Mona has a huge
Usually they
mulberry
fruit
tree
right away.
that she ate off of all summer. I was jealous. She had a big one, and mine's about that size now. And I got
Whenever I do,
Okay.
I don't do nothing to it.
whenever I do my next update, I'm gonna show you where mine is and how it's situated.
right,
And then
right.
maybe you can tell me if it is a mulberry or not. Now, the plant identification app that I have is said it is a mulberry, but
All I
I
can do
have
is show
not
you my
seen-
leaves. Mona, I don't know if her leaves. I think she has an everbearing. Is that what you have?
Yep.
So, and I have everbearing, so the leaves should look similar. Now, I got mine from Tractor Supply, I think it was, and it was just a stick. And that thing is huge, and that was like 3 months ago when I planted it.
And I got mine from Dan Food Force.
Yeah, I've been meaning to go over there and check with him.
You
But
need
they
to go
grow
there and
fast.
check him out. Everything that man has given me has over. Look, you put it in there, and it's another Seymour. His stuff is another Seymour. I'm like, hey, baby, look here. I can't even kill that stuff. That tree out there, I done cut the tree up. Now I'm trying to give it some more berries.
Well, also you saw my pears. You know, I have 1, 2, 3 pear trees, and they are prolifically producing. I have a fruit cocktail tree that I forgot about.
Are you still talking about
And
what you
it's
got? Lord
I
have
still
mercy.
I found peaches on there that I had to bag, and it has what is it?
What
I'm
you say
trying to think
about I
of.
opened up a can of worms?
Yeah, you did. Look.
Man,
Okay,
look, I can
I got
honestly tell
apples,
you,
peaches, pears, plums, apricots. You name it. What I say? You
Well, see,
name
you
it.
got land for all that. I have a little backyard.
Let
but
me
you know
tell
what
you
though,
something.
Miss Gail?
Not at
I
all.
know
No,
one
no, no,
person.
no.
I
Mhm.
know one person that won't go hungry. That's you.
No, I'm not gonna go hungry,
right?
baby.
I
Every time I
guarantee
told you,
you.
If
every
she
time
say
they
don't
say
come to
something
her
about
house,
recall, I've seen 3
look, I'm
recalls
on my
today. I'm
way.
dropping some seeds in tomorrow, today, later on today. I'm dropping seeds. No, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna go. It feels so good to go out
Miss
in your
Gail been
garden.
singing that song, don't you, Miss Gail?
I told
You be singing that song.
I
I
got
got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes. You name it.
so
greens, beans, tomatoes, potatoes, you name it.
Well,
you
all
keep
I
me
need
You
you
from
to
name
do
it.
is raise. I need you to raise your hands this way.
you listen. The key to also keep them potatoes growing. Keep those potatoes growing. You won't go hungry. Keep you some string beans, and we call them string beans, come growing up, green beans, whatever you want to. Keep them. You
Right.
got you some beans, and you got you some potatoes, your onions. I felt so good yesterday when I stir fried some green beans and onions and garlic out of my garden, and it was a side dish. I went right out there on my deck and picked those green beans. And right in
Oh
here,
wow.
washed them off. They didn't need washing because they hadn't cooked in the soil. Washed them off, cut them up, cut the tips off, heated up some olive oil, put that in there, some salt and pepper, and the onions and garlic. You talk about good. That's a side dish.
Not
You
only is
don't
it
have to wait
good,
till
but
your
it's good
potatoes are
for
done. You just
you.
stick your hand down inside your, well, for me, my potato bag and pull out some potatoes, cut them up, and you can either roast them in the oven with some, sprinkle some seasoning on it, roast it in the oven, or however you want to do it. That's a meal. You
Well,
don't
you
have
know
to have
what?
Thank you,
meat.
D-Move.
I just realized something. D-Mood, I think I may have to resort to hydroponic gardening because it just suddenly dawned on me. I'm catching it from both ends. We have crop dusters, and then the
Mm.
landscapers use chemicals on the yard.
Oh
So
man.
I just realized that kind of explains why it's difficult for me to grow anything. The only thing that's surviving, my fig tree, I went out of town for 11 days. My fig tree, I came back home, all the leaves had fell off the tree, but
Mm.
now they're starting to bud out again. So I think I may just go ahead and stick those back in the greenhouse, leave a little ventilation, and let them go. But it suddenly dawned on me, yeah, I'm catching it from both ends, but the chemicals and then the crop dusters. And I told my husband I really want to go to the country, further out in the country. I told him I want to be so deep they might have to pump in daylight, but I just want to get away from all this stuff.
I would
I was
love
I
like,
know
I
to.
want
that's
to keep
right.
growing die-hard gardens. That's expensive.
Yeah.
It's all about the weather for me. And I'm loving the weather here. So it's hard for me to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
what's
see,
holding me here.
add in
I
the
don't
weather
want to
on
see
top.
no snow.
Yeah,
Huh?
add in the weather on top of what I'm going through. Add in
Yeah.
the weather on top of the chemicals and the crop dusters.
Wow.
Can't
Wow.
miss. I may have to
Doggone.
resort to hydroponics, so I'm gonna have to check out D Mood and some others to see what's going on.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
need
Mike,
to.
they got
Mike,
Hey,
Mike.
Jones, I just sent you.
And GT
I just
Junior,
sent you
GT Junior.
Jones True.
Yeah.
I just sent you the video where I did my hydroponic setup,
Okay, I'm definitely gonna be
and
looking
and
at it.
and and it's really basic. It worked for me because, like I said, I was just only growing leafy vegetables and
Right.
kale. I actually did lettuce, kale, and bell peppers, and I did it all indoors with. And what I used was I used grass clippings. So to answer Serena's question, grass clippings, fresh grass clippings, if you put it in water, it will produce nitrogen.
yeah.
That's one
You
of the
know what?
big ways. And also, once you used it up, right? You let that grass clipping dry. Now that's mulch. You can mulch your garden with it.
Yeah.
I
So we
think
have
my best mulch is there's a lot of trees around my yard. So my best mulch is all those
rockwood.
leaves, all in the leaves and the broke wood and the
Yep.
stuff like that. I think that would be my best mulch. I'd be afraid of the grass clippings with all the chemicals they spray on that stuff.
Yeah.
So
I use
Yeah.
a combination. When I made my, some people call it the compost juice, compost tea, or for me I use it as hydroponics. I use grass clipping, I use my native soil, I used a tablespoon of Epsom salts. I used a tablespoon of what's that sea thing called? Kelp.
fishy
Kelp.
motion.
I had kelp powder. I used kelp powder, Epsom salt, grass clippings, native soil, and some dandelion that I found around the yard. I just uprooted them, and the only thing I used was the root, not the top, just the roots. And I just took all of that in equal parts, except for the 2 tablespoons, the 1 tablespoon of Epsom, the 1 tablespoon of Epsom salt, mixed it all up, and just added rainwater on top of that. And I let it sit in the sunlight for 1 week. And then after that, after I drained off all the stuff that I put in it, I let it sit for another week. But then I put the aquarium stuff in there and let the oxygen go in there. And then after the 2 weeks is up, then I use 4 gallons of rainwater, and then I use 1 gallon of that concoction, because you don't want to use just that concoction. It's going to be too potent for your plant. It will kill your plant.
I think that's what I did. I did with mine. I had coffee grinds, banana peels, 511, and a 5-gallon bucket with rainwater. And I think it was too potent for some of my plants.
Thank you, Devorah. Appreciate it.
Yeah. And that works for me. And I mean, when I tell you when my plants, because what I do is I actually started in soil, and then once they get the roots, once I see the first 2 leaves, then I pull it out of the soil. I grow it indoors. Then I pull it out of the soil and I put it in those rocks that I showed y'all earlier. I just stick it in the bottom, put the rocks in, and the tip of that root will touch that water. You come back in a week, roots everywhere. They're just chasing that juice. And basically for the 3 months of winter, I just let it sit there. And when you see my video, you'll see my growth. I show you from the start to where the growth is. I also sent you the video, Mona, and I sent it to you. Everybody on the panel got a copy. I sent it to all of everybody.
Okay.
Good night, Deborah.
Thank you. I appreciate
So
it.
Mike says to look at his Monday short. He's growing Paul Robeson 24 inside.
Okay.
What's that?
All right.
And I want to say I saw Mike's hydroponics, because he has a hydroponic setup that I saw in one of his videos. So like, everybody has a little bit of everything that they're trying. You just got to figure out what works for you.
Right.
Look, I want to try everything. That's why I'm getting ready to start doing
That's
my
where you get in trouble.
YouTube do. Yeah.
You can try
But
everything
I
until
sent
you find the one
the
that works.
hydroponic, the 4 buckets for $100. I sent it to you, Miss
Okay.
Beach Nut, and to Linda.
To my
Okay.
to what? You sent it to
And
my
me.
Who? Do I have your information? Do I have your email address?
I don't know. I will remedy that situation.
Okay. Well,
I
when
will
you give me
remedy
that, send me your email and
Send it.
I will send it to you.
Send
But
that
it's
to me.
at Wally World. I thought it was at the orange place, but it's at Wally World.
Send that to me.
Okay.
They
too,
got-
Mona.
Huh?
Send it also to me.
Send this to you too?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. It's all it is information. I can choose to use it or not.
Okay.
Love that outlook on life. There you go.
Listen,
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell
Mona
you.
always sending good stuff.
Listen, Miss Gail, I'm gonna tell you how my life became simple. The first time I went to combat, when the taxpayer sent me to go defend whatever. And I ended up in a mountainside in a foreign land that I was somewhere where I wasn't supposed to be. I can't go no deeper than that. And I realized that my life could be taken away from me at that moment. It made me think of it made me put things into context. That was no big deal. I survived that event. 5 years later, I find myself in Iraq, and I almost got shot down in a helicopter. That really brought the pucker factor. Made me think, you know what? Life is real. Then a couple months after that incident, almost got blown up at the U.S. Embassy in Iraq through what they call a BBID daisy chain. Some smart guy decided to link up about 3 or 4 cars packed with explosive and detonate them. Literally, I was a half a mile from where the explosion was, and it felt like I was standing right beside the explosion. If I didn't have my mouth open, it would have blew out my eardrum and knocked out all my teeth. That's how powerful that was. That was another eye-opener. And then I had a couple issues happen to me. And my chivalrous side of me came out when I was in Afghanistan. So me and 2 of my soldiers, here I am, a sergeant major. I'm with my driver was a female sergeant.
Hey, Andale. And
my gunner was a staff sergeant. So we started taking fire. We started taking mortars. We pulled off the side of the road, and there was a drainage, a culvert. And I'll never forget, because I'm always thinking, I'm a husband, I'm a dad, and my natural instinct was I need to cover her. I didn't care about what these women are talking about now about they don't need no man, and she didn't think none of that shit when I was laying on top of her and we had explosions going on around us. You know, so that's why sometimes when I see some of these stupid videos with, and it's stupid for me, but it may not be stupid for the person making it. When I hear people talking about, oh, I don't need no this and I don't need it. Your life has never been in danger, and everything that's going on has been civilized for you to make a stupid comment like that.
Right.
So what that has afforded me in my life is I don't take people and certain things seriously. Unless you make it serious, then I got to get there.
Right.
And I always believe in the glass is either half full or half empty.
Yeah.
So everything is usually in the eye of the beholder. That's why I love gardening. The plants don't got no problems with me. Just give me water, man.
Come on now, tell the truth.
Give me water, give me some fertilizer, and we good over here.
Amen.
Amen.
That's what I'm talking about.
I just saw that they got 8 5-gallon buckets for $132.99.
What? Look, I sent you the email, Mona.
She said, look.
Hey, she said, say less. I need it. Oh, I'm looking at it right now, Mona.
Yeah,
I
sent you my email.
Repeat it again. You just blew my mind. Say it again.
Yeah,
I'm listening. They got what now?
They have 8 5-gallon buckets. The whole system, they're hooked up together.
Oh wow!
For $132.99.
And this
so
is
it's called a Sky Halo.
It's called what?
It's called a Sky Halo. But the one I'm looking at right now is the Sky Halo 5-gallon 4 buckets hydroponic system deep water culture. Man, they got everything.
Wow.
Thank you.
You know what?
It
looks like the way I set mine up with the hose going to the pump, because I got the same thing, the pump. Yeah, I mean, it's just, okay. And then they're using the rocks too. Okay. Okay.
You know, these people are listening to you guys and they are getting smarter.
Yes, they are.
They say we're gonna make some money. Why should we be stupid? They are getting smarter and smarter. Y'all are making these folks rich. He says
they watching y'all YouTube videos. They watch them videos.
Well, Mike says if the buckets come with pumps and reservoir tubes, baskets, etc., they're not a bad price.
Yeah, I'm looking at the
whole thing.
I'm looking at the 8 bucket one, and literally everything that's here is how I got mine set up. You got to drill a little hose, you got the pump, you got the net cup. It's the same stuff that yeah, everything. Okay,
Is he
I feel like they stole out of my brain.
What in the world?
They need to pay me. I feel like they stole out my brain.
I was like, did he fall? So
I mean, listen, it's
I
the
see it.
exact same setup that I got with a 5-gallon bucket with the
Yeah,
hole
I'm
and
looking at
everything.
it. I'm
Yeah,
looking at it.
man, wait a minute,
Oh, I don't need to send it.
huh?
No,
She said she see it.
I see it in on the Wally World site. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see what you're talking about. You
So
said
how much
you
Mike
is
did the
one
same
setup?
thing.
How much is
Huh?
That's
one
what
setup?
Mike said.
Mike says he could duplicate it for $40.
Yeah,
They've
well,
been
see,
watching you guys.
well, see, I'm about the budget, so $40 sound good.
I could duplicate it $40. What? Duplicate one or duplicate 8?
You can duplicate all of those. It's not hard. You just need a drill bit and you need a hole cutter. I mean, these are easy to do. You
I
can make
got
these
those.
yourself without buying. You can literally all of this tubing stuff. You can buy all this stuff from Lowe's. All the little clips you can get it yourself. It just takes a little bit of time and a little bit of effort.
You know what? They watched
Said
somebody
all
set up,
8
and because you didn't have a patent on it, they went on ahead, ran, made it up, put a patent on it, and let it sell it.
You know what, Miss Gail? You're the second person I heard say that. I heard Lead Farmer say it was Lead did a video maybe 2 years ago, and I heard him say he would stop doing certain things online because he's noticing when we as content creators, as gardeners, do stuff. Next thing you know, you see that product out there, and you're like, "Wait a minute, where did that come from?"
Yeah.
I think what's going to have to happen though is if we know our community and we know the people in our community, we ask, to respect each other. Give me your ideas. I will not post your ideas online. I just want it for me,
But
And
the
that's
thing about it is, like, we're talking about stuff now, but know what you have to do is, first of all, patent it or copyright it. Do the poor man's copyright. You can do the poor man's copyright. Then you are protected. So when they
Yeah.
turn around and steal your idea, you can say, wait a minute, hold on. When I first started on YouTube gardening, my name Georgia Peachlet, somebody had taken it. I saw that, I was like, what? I told YouTube, because my name is protected. It is copyright. So I was like, y'all better fix this, and guess what? The next deal was down. Because
You know what, Miss Gail? It's funny you said that. Somebody actually stole D-Moon. 2 people. One guy took it and he had it. He made a band name out of it, and then somebody did some artwork. And I'm like, do they know that's my actual name? That's not some stuff that I made up. And so what YouTube did, they sent me a thing and saying, hey, you're using a name that's already. I'm like, okay. And all they did with mine, they added some numbers to mine. I'm like, where did that come from?
right. So if you change it a little bit, yeah, it becomes legal for them. If you make any alterations, but you can still fight that. But I am incorporated as Georgia Peachlet. I added the garden on there, so that is under copyright.
Okay.
So when somebody, because I've been
I'm
incorporated
registered
with that
too.
name for about, what is this, 2024? Since 19, I was still flying, 1980 something.
Yeah.
You
You see what Mike said? That people have copied his videos exact down to the font. Man.
People copy mine too. My content, same way too. I see people use the language I use that was never used before. People they copy all the time.
A lot of people that's listening in the community copy.
Yes.
No copy.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, hey, don't bother
know what?
me. You can get the message out there.
This is how I feel. Imitation is the best form of flattery. I don't even get offended. I'm like, you know what? Go forth and do you.
I don't mind.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready.
Because
I'm getting ready to copy everything I see. If you do it on YouTube,
I'm gonna tell you what.
I'm gonna do a video. Yeah, I'm getting ready to do that. So be
Well,
ready.
most of us are not trying to get rich, so
Exactly. And what I do is if I copy something
What
somebody
you said,
did,
what you doing, and
People do it.
is it Is it okay? Is it what you say it is? So I'm gonna do it. You do it. I'm gonna do it. How about that?
I love you,
Yeah.
Mona.
YouTube, see,
So
YouTube do.
what I do is, if
Look,
I see something, somebody like Miss Gail, she did how she did her light setup. I watched one of her videos and I saw it, and all I did was modify some stuff. I went and got the 1 gallon bottle with the play sand, with the broom handle, with the shop lights, and I just created my own. But it was off her initial template. But what I did is when I set mine up, and if you look into my hydroponics or any other video where I show it, I always give a shout out. I say, hey, I got this idea from Miss Georgia Peach Hut. Go check out her video.
You
Just
are
give
so
back a
sweet.
little credit. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? You know,
I
I don't
do
charge
that
you
too,
I'm gonna tell you
nothing.
where I got it from
I
now.
respect people who do that. I respect people who do that because I do the same thing. If I'm getting information from someone else, you hear me say it all the time. Hey, I
Yeah.
saw someone talking about this or saying this. Absolutely.
And that's the way it should go.
Who,
Hello to Bud Files. Thanks for coming.
who's that? Is that Miss Glamour talking?
That was Miss
Yeah.
Glamour above
Yeah,
your
Hey,
head.
he's driving.
I saw one of your shorts earlier today where you were making the bug juice. Is there an actual video for that?
No, I didn't do the full video, but I am going to show tomorrow the finished product.
Okay, because
And
I was
I'll list everything that I put in it.
okay,
I actually
okay.
gave a list of everything in it,
You
but
did.
yeah, I'll show you. I'll package it up because it does have lemongrass in there that I'm going to be talking
Yeah,
about.
I saw that. I saw you had lemongrass, citronella, basil, thyme, and I forgot
And
the other
mint,
one, and
and
mint.
mint.
So what did
Yeah.
you do? Did you boil all that? Because I don't. The video cut off before you showed what you did with it.
Yes, because I just wanted people to guess what I was doing with it. I had already
Oh,
made it before I was asked to do the lemongrass video because a lot of people don't know that lemongrass and citronella is in the same family. And that if you plant not only just citronella, but if you plant lemongrass around your plants, they repel bugs too.
so you boiled it all together, and then you let it cool, and then you use that as your bug repellent.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
That is what I actually figured, but I just wanted to make sure. Because
yeah.
the way you left it for the viewer to guess what you were doing. And I see now that was your intention. I got you. I see you.
Well, look, everybody, I gotta go. Y'all have a great night. I enjoy being
Before
on
you
here.
go, before you
I
go,
will be
Have
checking
a
you
great
out.
before you
night.
go, hold on. Glamour Planner, can we see your face for just a second, please? Is there any way we can see your face for a second?
Thank
I need
you.
everybody to face the camera. There you go. I just need your pretty face up here. Thank you. You guys are gonna make it easy for me to do my cover. Thank you. Because everybody be so busy. Thank you. That's what I needed. I know it's kind of dark where you are, so there's no way to get a light. Are you driving?
She's
Okay.
driving.
He's
Yeah.
driving.
I'm
Thank you.
driving. I'm
Thank
driving.
you. I
Be
appreciate
safe.
you.
Be safe. Y'all
Yeah.
take care.
Thank
All
you
right,
so
have a
much
good
for
night.
coming up.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you
Oh,
for coming.
I'm glad. It's been a while. All right then.
All right.
People, who was that asking? Oh, that was Serena asking about FR. Okay. I'm trying to think of the individual where I saw the first setup, and it was some years ago, and I can't think of her name right now. It'll come to me. But she first was doing different ways that were inexpensive to do the grow light. This was one of the setups that she showed, and I adopted it from her, and I can't think of her name all of a sudden. She usually is in conjunction with Gary Pilachek. I can't think of her name. But anyway, she's the one that I was watching her channel before I knew that all these other people was out there, all you wonderful people when I first started. And she showed this one particular setup, and that's when I adopted it and been using it ever since. And
Yeah. So we both follow Gary, huh? I follow Gary too. I've been following. He's one of the first gardeners that I started following.
me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Me too.
And that's what I tell people about the gardening community. You know, we need to get off this whole color thing. I don't care if you blue, black, whatever your color. If you can teach me something, I'm with it.
Hey,
That's right.
do you follow the Australian guy?
What's his name?
I
Oh,
don't know that.
oh,
Oh.
The one that
oh,
has
Yes,
those
I
the
do.
one that have those metal square foot gardens.
Yes,
Yeah, I
yes,
follow him. I know who you
yes,
talking about.
yeah, yeah.
yeah. I watched a lot of them before I was
Baby,
watching
I
the
am everywhere. I don't just sit over here. I'm sorry. I am everywhere. That's why a lot of times I'm not at everybody's channel because I'm everywhere. I'm trying to get more information and researching and, you know, that
Listen,
kind of stuff.
knowledge is power,
That's
and
what I was
there
told.
there were a few of the garden community that I would follow, and I really realized they weren't doing garden; they were doing bullshit.
Yeah.
There were people up here talking about
So
drink
true.
let's drink Wednesdays, and I was like, what is that about? You ain't talking about no gardening stuff. Y'all gonna be winos on live.
Mm-hmm.
But I ain't judging nobody. If that's what y'all do, that's what y'all do.
But
That's what
drink
Exactly.
y'all
on
like.
Wednesday?
Excuse me.
You say drink on Wednesday?
Yeah, there was a couple YouTubers on Wednesday. They would take a drink when they were talking and doing. They wasn't
Oh,
talking gardening though.
Oh
oh,
my
I
God, he
thought
not
that was
talking
the
about
girls.
wine down Wednesday.
Yeah, that's it.
Wind down Wednesday. That's what
They
you're talking about.
talking
Nikki
about
on
them
here.
all
But
gardeners.
She was
they
earlier.
good gardeners.
They all
Listen,
They good
gardeners.
They
gardeners.
are
I know.
gardeners. They some
Listen,
heavy
Yes.
I
duty
know who they
gardeners. Yeah,
are.
they
And
are.
listen, tomorrow is garden confessions. I'm gonna be on there with a confession tomorrow.
Mm-mm.
You probably
Put
caught
your
them when
back
they was
down.
doing the drinking. But yeah, it's
It's
Listen,
man,
okay
But
it's
to
it's
let
not
your
about
hair down
drinking.
sometimes. You
and,
don't need to talk about
listen.
gardening all the
Every
time.
time, every time that I've gone to certain things, either I'm going on the wrong days and they're not talking gardening. So
That's
Yeah,
what I
that's
do,
probably what it is.
long enough.
what do I say? You can either say no, yes, or walk away.
Yeah.
If that content is not for me, I don't judge nobody. I just don't
Right.
partake.
Just
Absolutely,
keep on
right,
going.
absolutely.
right.
Self-sufficient.
That's
Yes,
good.
Chris,
Sometimes
that's who
I
it
have a
is.
desire for certain
Yes.
things I want to see, and I'm in a
Right.
certain mode and a certain mind frame. And if I go there and it's not where, like Led Farmer, I love his channel, but sometimes he's talking a lot about a solar power or some kind of
Right,
like, and
right,
that's not where my headspace is at that particular
Right.
time.
right,
So I don't.
right.
I'm out of here. It's a
Right.
choice to leave because I'm looking for something that's gonna feed what I'm doing at that particular time. And
Exactly.
that's that.
Exactly.
Now, when I
Right.
started
Marina,
watching
she
YouTube
cannot turn
gardening,
her
I watched
camera
he
on.
did a
She's
lot, and he
driving.
did a
She's
lot of
not
gardening,
saying
and I
anything.
learned a lot. And so when he was doing gardening, and sometimes he's talking about bugging out. It depends on what's going on
She ain't say
at the
nothing.
town at the time. Like some people come on here, and we may be talking about crocheting. Well, they're not into crocheting, so they kind
That's
of run
right.
away. And
That's
I
right.
understand.
That's
So
right.
you just have to let it feed
Right.
whatever it is that you need from it. And if
And
it's
that's
not for
what I
you,
do.
leave.
If it's not what I want to be listening to, or I'm looking for a particular thing, I go somewhere else.
You
I'll
know,
be in the background, but I'll go somewhere else until I find what I actually need, unless I just want to be in that conversation at that time.
you know what I do?
I'm like,
I'm not judgmental. So what
right,
I do is simple. And I see a lot of gardeners telling people a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And
right,
so I use the same concept I use with my children. And my son is 30, my daughter is 28. And they both come, when they come by and visit and they see me out in the yard, they'll come out there, they'll help. And I simply tell them, if you want to start planting something that you can consume, simply do a cucumber, a bell pepper, right?
Mhm.
And some kind of some kind of green, a kale or a lettuce, something simple.
Mhm.
But I've gone on our fellow gardeners channel, and they're telling people do this, get this, and you don't know what that person's economic situation is. You don't
Right.
know where that person lives,
Right.
and again, we all want to do organic, but can you afford organic? Organic farming is expensive.
And
So-
organic doesn't work
that's
in
nice,
everybody's
Serena.
environmental situation.
exactly.
In some environmental situations, it's harder to grow. So you're going to have to give it that extra boost.
And what you notice is some farmers are judgmental, and if you're not doing it exactly the way I'm telling you, and you're not,
Maybe.
so it goes back to what I always keep saying: yes, no, walk away.
Yeah.
If it's not gonna serve you, walk away.
I tell people in a heartbeat, listen.
And you
if
go
got-
find you some people that are user friendly, and you can work with.
if you got
It's
some-
nothing against the other person. You just
Yeah.
that's not for you.
I tell people, if you got somebody telling you to do it this way or the highway is my way, run.
Walk away.
I tell
Walk
them
away.
because they don't know what they're talking about and they're making themselves seem like some kind of demigod. So you leave. I tell you, don't listen to nobody who's saying this is what you got to do and you must do. Don't listen to them. They don't live in your house. They don't live in your garden. They don't live in your environment. And they should not be telling you. They should tell you what they're doing. This is what works for me. You
Right.
can try my method. If not, there are other YouTube channels. I implore you to please try. But do not tell them this is the. I watched somebody the other day. They were very adamant about how they garden. And if you're doing it any other kind of way, you're wrong. You're stupid. They were calling folks stupid. And I said, why are you listening to this person? Either you gonna
Somebody
say
said somebody stupid.
Yep,
Oh yeah, they do. Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Joe did.
Oh yeah.
Call them stupid. Uh-huh. Yep, Joe did. And the other person I was trying to
We're
think
not
about, one
calling
got this.
people out there.
Girl, please. This person
What?
does this on a regular, calling people out their names because they may not garden like that. This is somebody who think they got it going on like that, like they're the garden god or goddess, shall I say. Yes. And I
Oh my
just said
God.
that. I said, I was
man.
trying to support your channel, but you know something? I can't support that. Because you're wrong. I got, like I said, I always say my neighbor up the street, she's like half a block. Her garden is different from mine. Her soil is different. Her environment is her microclimate is different. So we growing differently. She's got trees that's shaking up most of her garden in the back. So her stuff is not going to grow like my stuff is getting full of sunshine.
Right.
So you have to make an adjustment. All those things go into play as to how you garden. So you don't know people's environment, like you said, you don't know their situation, their financial situation. Some people may need to use chemical amendments in order to make things grow.
Absolutely.
Because you don't know how they eat in their houses as far as to telling them how to go out and make their own compost. You don't know how they're having to have to eat. Some people eat ramen noodles every day. You're going to tell them to put that out there in the compost. You don't know their situation.
I seen somebody put theirs in the compost.
Really?
What?
Ramen noodles,
Ramen noodles.
noodles, macaroni, all
Okay.
kinds of noodles, beans.
And they do what they
All that
have to
stuff
do.
in
They
their
do what they have to do. And if it's working for them, fine. Of course, you know the standard things say don't put that in there. But if that's what you
Right.
got to put in there, because you don't know where the compost that you're getting from the store is coming from. What
You don't know what they
put in
putting in there.
there, you know?
Exactly.
That's
So
right.
you don't know each individual's, and this is what I'm trying to get people. I say, you don't know what their circumstance is. Get out of their heads, get out of their life, and stop trying to tell them what to do. You can make a suggestion. And
But-
tell them
but you
this
know-
is what
But you know what it is? But you know what it is, Miss Gail? A lot of us, a lot of people are just followers. They want somebody to tell them. They
Yeah.
want somebody to literally hold their hand and tell them step by step. And some people don't want to just branch out and say, you know what? I can figure this out by myself.
Yeah, a lot of people
I
want to be
need
told.
I need some help here and there, but I can figure this out. Use your brain. Because I
Right.
always go back to this. If the stuff hits the fan and nobody's around,
Hello.
what are you going to do?
I just got to have been preaching that all day on Tuesday, sometimes twice on Sunday. What
Didn't
gonna
you
do?
just say Microsoft was acting crazy? So if
Yes.
YouTube go down and you ain't got no block of instruction to do nothing, now what? You
Listen,
need to
what-
learn to be self-sufficient.
I got it. I'm gonna
Get
take it
you
a step
some
further.
books.
I'm gonna take it
Go
a
get
step
you
further.
some books so when you can't go on the internet, you have something else to go refer to.
But go and get the book soon because guess what? Suppose we have
There
another
ain't gonna be no books in a
situation
minute.
where the doors are closed again. We have
I'm
another
saying I'm
situation
stocked
where
up on
you
books.
can't
That's
get
right.
you can't get no gas to go anywhere. We have another situation where the grocery store doors are closed. All this is headed in that direction. I'm not saying it's gonna
Yeah.
happen, but I'm just saying, just keep looking at what's going on. All these
Yep.
recalls, you know,
Yep.
all
And
this
and
is stuff that's going on right now. So suppose you get a situation like that, and bam, you wake up one day like they're talking about what I just said, like what you said, all the airports was closed down because of the computer glitch. Listen,
Right.
they're corralling you into one area. They're letting you know, they're giving you the information you need. Learn how to survive just in case, like you said, you're using my words, and I've been telling people, the stuff hit the fan, what you gonna do? I was talking to this girl yesterday, and she was like, I'm gonna get on the bicycle, and I'm coming to your garden, and I'll pay you whatever. I told her, you're gonna get on what? You're gonna ride a scooter. Where you gonna get the gas from? We
Yeah.
already played with the gas being locked up. You know, so all these things happen at one time. What you gonna do? You can't
Listen.
never be confined to your house. Suppose the government said, "Look, we don't want nobody to leave their home, and you're gonna be arrested."
That's
And
right,
you confined to
sweetheart.
your home.
listen, I got a neighbor to my front, two neighbors to my front, one on the left of me, one on the right of me. They are avid grass planters. You hear me? They
Yep.
love them lawns, and you know they go little flowers here and there. I'm thinking to myself, with all that time that y'all spend on your hands and knees, literally one of my neighbors is out there with a little scissors cutting the grass, right? And I grow all this food. I can't eat it all by myself. So sometimes I'll go over and I'll get some to my neighbors. And so the neighbor to my right, you know, I said, have you ever thought about planting? He said, yeah, but I don't have any seeds. I said, I'll give you seeds. And he said, okay. And he made him a little plot. He over there growing. Now he over there using Miracle Grow and stuff, but at least he know how to grow something.
Thank you. I don't
Right?
care what he needs.
He grows something. The reason why I did that is I'm gonna cut down on the amount of people that's gonna show up at my house when
Hello.
the stuff hit the fan.
That's all I'm trying to do.
If you can provide for yourself, I'm gonna show you. My sister lives in Florida. The first thing always come out her mouth: if stuff go bad, I'm coming to your house. Don't
No.
come to my house.
No, you're not.
Why
Thank you, Matthew.
are you not prepared? You know, she always come back with it. But you a military man. You know how to do that. I could teach you if you want to learn. But if you're so dead stop on other people taking care of you, what happens when there's nobody to take care of you?
Thank you very much. Say the word. Say the word. Matthew Irvin, thank you so much for coming. And you're right. There's no one thing about the recalls. There's no recall on your patio. Hallelujah.
That's true. That is so true.
Ooh, shoot, something just flew in here, and it was big, wherever it is.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But
Oh,
but
it's a
yeah, you
season
know,
of
it's interesting times we got going on. I agree with you there, corralling us. I think the big thing that saved us here in Virginia, we literally had a change in government, a change in the way we think. I mean, Virginia was a big time Democratic state, and there were some things that they were going to do because we had literally signed ourselves away to California.
Yeah.
If you guys don't live in this area,
Hey, Nifty.
what our governor did, for some reason, he signed some pact with California, and we were going to basically, the people in Virginia was going to be subjugated to Gavin Newsom, whatever he did. Well, surprisingly, when we had our election, a Republican won. Now, me, I'm non-political. I don't give a crap about Democrat or Republican because they're both the same to me. I basically worry about my self-interest. What are you going to do for me and my family?
Right.
So when this guy came in, because we were getting ready to do there are certain parts in California, it is illegal to collect rainwater. We were getting ready to do that dumb shit here in Virginia. Because they were going to come out with something talking about, well, you could cause malaria, or they always try to come up with something to stop you from doing something.
Right. Right.
But when you go back and peel the onion back, what they're trying to tell you is start. It doesn't. They can't justify to you. It's kind of like what happened with on 2020 when they told us we couldn't congregate, we couldn't go to church, we couldn't do nothing. Now you hear Dr. Fauci out here saying, "Oh yeah, we made that up. We just threw something against the wall. Oh yeah, that's right. That the shot doesn't work. It just makes you feel better when you get sick. What does that mean? So,
Mm.
so again, I'm not saying stuff
Mm.
didn't happen, people didn't, whatever, go on to the upper room, but you also got to be able to equate for yourself, understand what's going on. And Miss Gail, you hit it on the head. They are pigeonholing us into a little box.
Yep.
And the way I feel about what's going on with the Microsoft is they have proven to us they can shut the internet down at any time that
Yep.
they want. They
Yep.
proved it to us.
Yeah. It's going on now.
If you shutting down airlines, if you shutting down surgeries in hospitals, if you shutting down stoplights, if you doing all this stuff, you have proof. You made me a believer. If I didn't believe it before, I believe it now. But of course, I've always believed it because I always knew they could do it.
Yep. That's true. The person's name
Because
that
a
I'm
lot
trying
of
to
people
think
don't
of.
know, and a lot of people are naive to it. The internet was created by the Department of Defense for defense. They just chose to give it to civilians.
Mm-hmm.
They chose to give it to Mark Zuckerberg to make Facebook. Everybody keep talking about Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg was given Facebook. Zuckerberg did not create Facebook. If you go back, if y'all serious and want to do some research and go down a rabbit hole, go look it up. He got it from DARPA, which is the Defense Research, right? So we got all this stuff because I remember when I went to the Army, I went to lab school in 1980, November of '88. We didn't have computers. We did everything manually. By the time I graduated from lab school in March of '89, we got computers. So now all of a sudden, everything that I learned from basic that I had to put in here was now in a computer. You think about now the society we live in now. When my grandmother was a teacher, I was raised by my grandma, and she always told me wherever your desk was, always make sure you have a dictionary. I have an old dictionary. I have newer editions. If you go buy a brand new edition of dictionary right now and look at an old edition of a dictionary, pretty much 90% of them words have changed. They all have different meanings now.
Yes, they do. That's so true.
So again, you just take it for what it's worth.
Yeah. People just need to stay woke and look behind the curtain because they got a curtain in front of you right now. And they don't want you to see certain things. Look behind the curtain.
Living
Be
in the
curious
matrix.
and ask questions. Always look behind the curtain and be curious and ask questions. The name of the lady whose channel I was looking at, I'm not saying that for anyone to go over there, is Callie Kim. I used to watch her.
I've been following her when I first started.
Yeah, Callie, me too.
Callie Kim.
Listen to what you're saying, Mona, and listen to what I'm saying to some more people. When you first started, the algorithm sends you to Callie Kim and to Gary Pillichet.
Yep.
The algorithm favored them, and it's not the algorithm because somebody had to develop the algorithm. Somebody behind that who is typing and channeling you to certain channels. That's how they got to where they are. They didn't just send it. It didn't just pop on your page and my page by accident. They have their favorites. I'm gonna say that, and I don't care what they say.
Now, is she still around? Because I have not looked on her page in like 10 years.
She's still there.
Because that's where I started. I started with Callie Kim and then Gary and then Led, and then I started branching out, Grow Family Network, and because I was doing my gardening with none of these people.
Yeah, me too.
Everything I was doing was on my own. I ain't know none of these people. And then I started seeing these other folks, and I was like, oh, let me go see what they're about.
Right.
And you're right. The algorithm, she's an algorithm darling. I'm on her page right now. I'm telling you, literally, I have not looked at her page in like 10 years.
Yeah. Well,
I thought she
is a mechanical person. When you hear her talk and the way she delivers her, I like her somewhat, but she became mechanical to me, more commercial.
Yeah.
And like we're talking natural, and everything about her, I guess when she started making money and getting a lot of views, became unnatural. I like for people to be natural and be
Right.
very down to earth and show
Right.
good, honest material. When you start being out there advertising yourself in a way where you're being commercial, you lose me. You know, because you're not doing it for the grit, for the down to earth reason. You know, and the
Right.
people who are looking at you, they need to hear the truth and they need to know the honest grit about gardening. You know what I'm saying? And you kind
Yeah.
of misleading some people in a way. It's like you're speaking from a script. These people who are speaking from scripts, I don't want to watch them because to me
Right,
that's not coming
right.
from the heart.
Well,
know?
you know, she bought and paid for.
Yeah, she is definitely about to pay for it, you know.
Which she been doing it for years.
Yep.
This is her life. This is
Yep.
how she's making her money.
Yep.
Listen, when I was watching her for a year before I realized she was married and had children. The
I
way
know
she was
grandchildren. She
talking,
got some children.
yeah, she got a husband and 2
Yeah.
kids.
I know she has a
Yeah.
husband. I've never seen the kids.
Yeah, the kid they've popped on there. You got to like really go into the rabbit hole, but yeah, she got kids.
Yeah.
When I saw her husband, I was like, "Oh, that's your husband." I couldn't see that. I couldn't
but
see you with a
I was
Hispanic guy.
watching it when he helped her do they took down a fence and put one up or something. She redid her side of the house or something, and he was there helping her. That's when I was watching her.
He's
I
her
tell you,
cameraman.
That was
She
like
calls him the cameraman.
3-4
I like,
years
yeah,
ago. He was
that's
the
what she called him.
cameraman.
That's what she called him, the camera guy. The
Right.
camera guy. That's what she used to
Yeah.
call him.
Camera guy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like Gary. I'm gonna tell you why I like Gary. Gary's in 7B like me. He was in Maryland and he moved. He was in Maryland and then he moved. I don't know where he moved to, but it's either he moved into Virginia or he moved further into Maryland. But I learned a lot of stuff from him. I learned the shop light stuff. He's the one that broke down the different bulbs to me. I didn't understand the stuff about the lumens and all that. So I did learn from these people. But when it's time to move away from them, you got to know when to move away because now they're commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I did. I moved away. So
Well,
And they're-
talking
they're-
too much
instead
about
of
this
me
product.
following a lot of gardeners that has a lot of subscribers, I go to the ones with medium and lower because they
Right.
are the ones that's doing more research, learning, and doing different things. The ones that's got the higher subscribers, I ain't saying they being bought, but it's like the it's just more. They doing more. So that's why I don't care to have a large selection. I'd rather stay small so I can get to know people. I can know you by your name and you know me by my name.
Right.
When you get
That's right. That's
thousands
right.
and thousands of subscribers, you're not gonna know everybody. I'm having a hard time with just 1,000.
Yeah.
And I like to get up close and personal. So I don't want to be up close and personal with 10,000 people. I promise you I don't.
No, because you're not gonna know them all. It's impossible. And also, it's a reciprocation thing. It's you scratch my back, I scratch yours. I want to reciprocate anybody who comes to me. I want to go back and subscribe to them. That Gary would never subscribe to my channel.
That part.
Is not going to subscribe to my channel, and I
That
got someone
part.
else who's not going to subscribe to my channel. It's okay. I'm going to watch you still when I get a chance, but I'm going to watch my subscribers first. And a lot of times I've had to come up with a method, like if I'm here now, try to look at who is recently, right now watching this, and I start with them, go back and answer, make sure I am subscribed to them and subscribe. And then I go through some other videos when I have the time and make sure I'm subscribed to those people who have just subscribed to me, who have just commented. You know, but if I had 300,000 people, I couldn't do that.
No,
It'd be
you don't
impossible.
even know how.
You wouldn't know 1/4. You wouldn't know 1/8, 1/16. You would not know them. You know. So I mean, you get lost. You get lost, and all of them are just there because you probably pushed for. Some people say, "Oh, I've never advertised that I wanted." And I'm just gonna say this: never advertise for subscribers. I never asked people to subscribe to my channel. You got over 300,000 subscribers, and you want to pride yourself in saying that. I never asked anyone to come to my channel. I never asked for subscribers. Well, how
That's
did
like
you
my
get
brother. My brother been watching this one person for like 4 or 5 years. I never knew he was even watching them. And he be on all the lives listening, but this person don't even know he exists or he's a subscriber or nothing. And my brother's not a gardener or anything. He just liked the way this person talks, you know.
Mm.
I love to go to different channels. I watch the people we
I
talk
do.
about over in Asia who don't talk, who don't speak English, but they're demonstrating what they're doing, and you don't even know.
Right.
I do, but I watch them because of the technique, and I know they'll never come to my channel
Right.
and visit me, and
That's
it's
right.
okay. I'm learning something from you.
Right.
know,
Right.
Right.
I'm not trying to say I got people all over the world. Some people take pride in that. Oh, I have people from all over the world that's on my channel. Okay, but what kind of exchange are you guys making? What kind of connection are you making? You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's a numbers game with a lot of people there because they're trying to get paid. I ain't mad at you. You know, you should have some social security or something coming in anyway, or, some kind of retirement.
Uh-oh.
You sitting around here relying on this, which means that's gonna make you a booger. Because you out here dog eat dog trying to get them numbers up so you can get those couple of pennies to rub together. It's residual income. Residual
Mike,
income
you
is
know how
not
to make
income
it
that's
make it
reliable.
work?
It's
I'm gonna
not
tell you how to
reliable.
make it work.
Thank
I'm gonna tell
you.
you how to make the algorithm work. What you do is, because when you're gonna sub to people, right? And you watch their videos, and that bring them up, right? But then it's like it's gonna fall back to the people that they recommend, but you go back and you sub to somebody in that community, and this is how you making the algorithm work, because you're trying to get a lot of stuff out that they try and bring. But if you keep bringing new people in the community, put them on your subscriber, it's gonna bring more people in the community in that area. That's what I found to work for me, because and they always still bring, every now and then I get Callie Kim a pop up. Gary don't pop up as much as he used to, and I still get M.I. Gardner will pop up, and Epic Gardeners will pop up. I don't mind them, but I still make that algorithm go where I want it to go. I'll switch and go to one of my subscribers or somebody in the area of the subscriber. Because now it's like, after I watch a video, sometimes Miss Linda be the one to pop up. It used to be Led Farmer, but he hasn't been popping up like Miss Linda. She'll pop up. And
That's
They've been
because
promoting her a lot
YouTube is
lately because she's
dictating
been
the
popping up a lot.
algorithm.
right. So, but you make them, you have to go in and make them bring who you want, your subscribers, to your
Right.
algorithm.
Right.
They'll come up.
So that
Right.
dad girl cooking up, girl dad cooking up deliciousness says gimmicks begin to be developed.
Right.
Yeah.
When I go to, if you have a fast increase in subscribers, that also is what pushes it. All of a sudden you have had an increase, a running increase in the subscribership, then they would definitely, they pay attention to that and they start putting you out there a lot more. I noticed that about them. That's one of the things that pushes them out there. So Mike says eventually the algorithm behaves. You mean it levels off, Mike? Is
Right.
that what you're saying? It just levels off? Okay.
Yeah, there's a young guy that I follow from Australia, and his channel is called the Garden of Eden, and he like about 14 or 15, and I like watching him because I'm like, here's a young guy just trying to do something. He could be playing video games, he could be doing, but he's trying to learn how to plant some food, and he's doing really, really well. And his brother and his mom, they helped him. He's doing good. He's doing
That's
good. And
good.
he doesn't try to push his thoughts. He just grow his stuff and He ain't doing no talking. He just doing his stuff. Demon read my mind. Water literary.
And it's crazy how people, you got some
Yep.
people will get
Yep.
on here and get mad at people that don't talk, they just have music. And if you would read the comments, I'd be like, but you can't tell nobody how to run their channel.
No, you can't. Mm-mm.
Right.
Listen,
They
Right.
want
I'm
to
gonna tell you
grow with
something that
music, let
happened to
them grow
me.
with music.
I'm gonna tell you something that happened to me. You also have aggressive subscribers too. I have some people that will send me messages or in the comments and be like, "Hey, I need you posting. You ain't posted in a minute, and you want to make me not post? Keep talking because you're not gonna let me do nothing I don't want to. I
Right.
choose to do this.
Mhm.
This is not a job. This is not a job for me.
Right. Right.
Me growing my vegetables and whatever. That's my job. I don't have to show that to you. I
Mhm.
choose to show that to you.
I tell people in a heartbeat, first of all, I started out doing it because I was asked to do a video trying to help people during the rough time.
Me too.
And they was like, do you have a video showing what you do? And I said, okay, and I ran outside. If you see that first video, I literally ran out in the cold. This is how you do it. You do it like this, and da 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 da, and you timeline it. Okay? That was how I was. I wasn't thinking about all this other stuff. And I didn't get in it to making the money to become monetized, to become anything. I was just doing. Did somebody say something?
Yeah.
What happened?
Mike said, I got emails, people mad, my fingernails too short, etc.
Oh, my
I blocked them. Yeah, I
Well,
blocked
his
them.
fingernails are too short.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
When you got people who have nothing else to say, they have nothing else to do. And so they come on, this is a platform where they can come on and be crazy and ignorant. They have nothing else to do. And they themselves are not getting their fingernails dirty or hands dirty. They themselves are not doing anything. And you don't really care because, like you said, you block them. That's what you do. People get on and they're going to criticize what you're doing because they're insecure. And they know they can't do it. You go to their channel, they either don't have a channel or it's just some junk on there. So it's just some people got issues. People have issues. Just understand
Yes,
that.
they do.
At first, I was like, "Oh, what did they say to me?" When I first got on here, people started saying something crazy. I was like, "Wait a minute," And then after a while, I got kind of used to it. The moment said, "You're gonna get some crazy people this year," because I was not thinking crazy people was gonna come on and say crazy stuff.
Right.
I'm trying to get in my car, go find out where they live. And Mona say, no. She say, no. You got some crazy people that's gonna come in, trolls gonna come in. I didn't know anything about no trolls. I was not expecting that. I'm thinking everybody's gonna be intelligent. Not.
I
like
tried to
I
tell you
said,
about trolls before you even went live.
but you tried to
warned
tell
you.
about it, but then when the actually happened, I still was in shock.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
It get
I'm
crazy.
doing everything I can to protect you. To
You've
be
been doing a
honest,
good job because I'd be like in shock. I'm just like, what?
I was in shock. I almost let YouTube go.
Yep, I remember.
Well, I
Yeah.
let what's that other thing, the TikTok thing? I let it go because men was getting crazy, and it scared me because I was like, do they know where I live? And my niece was like, no, auntie, you can't be over there talking and being nice. She said, just put your material out there and keep it moving. I was like, thank you and Merry Christmas and stuff. And the people was like, do you say that to everybody? And I was like,
I
what in
still
the
see
world?
that guy. For real? Oh my God.
Who is that?
Mike?
Oh, the fella.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Mhm.
Yeah. That part right there. That one right
He actually showed his face.
Oh, he did?
Oh yeah, he did.
That's the one you told me about the horrible experience, huh?
Huh?
That's the one that was acting inappropriate.
Yeah, very inappropriate. Mike
my
said, take it down, take it down. You're gonna have to take that down. Yeah.
Yeah, I have had a couple YouTubers in the gardening community that have gotten mad at me because they're like, "Oh man, this is a business. You need to make that money. You need to do this. You need to do this." And I'll be like, it's a money for you. So I'm just gonna keep myself over here.
Yeah, I'll figure that much, Mike.
I'm not gonna be, following your stuff. Y'all go ahead and go make your money.
Ain't no money.
Right.
It's pennies.
Right.
2 pennies.
Exactly.
You hustling for the other person to make all the money. They're gonna put ads on your stuff anyway. They're gonna put them wherever they want to, whether you are monetized or not.
Listen, I remember Led Farmer did a live one time, and he was talking about YouTube had reached out to him and was talking about all of the people that were running up videos by just letting the videos run and da 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 da. And I'm listening to him, and I'm like saying to myself, wait a minute, didn't I literally hear you people tell people to do this?
Yep.
What we talking about here? So that's what I'm saying. Some people, I choose to hear them, but I don't hear them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And another thing that goes back to we, the smaller YouTubers that, we're passionate about our gardening and we do our things. A lot of these big YouTubers come in and watch our content and take our stuff and make content from it.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
That
No
part.
imagination, no creativity.
None.
Feel the ideas of what you're doing, and they go and put it on their channel for their
I have seen, and I don't really have nothing hardly. I've seen some of my stuff on people that they ain't never commented on nothing. Not one thing have they commented on. But I've seen some of the stuff that I did.
It's a coincidence, but it's not a coincidence when you see that your stuff within less than 24 hours is out there. And you be like, were we thinking the same way for real? That's
Yeah,
possible.
exactly.
Not all the time. Go get your own content. But I'm like, okay, as long as you get your information out there and people know don't come to my garden, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm good.
Right.
Because that's what I'm out here for. That I want as many people as possible to learn how to garden so that you don't come bother me. It takes anywhere from 30 days to 90 days to grow this stuff. I don't want you to think you're going to come in less than 30 minutes and take my food.
Instantaneous, right.
What's wrong with you? How dare you think like that? But
Yep.
okay. But like you said, people grow some good grass, good flowers.
Oh, yeah.
But can you eat that? I don't want to talk to you if you can't. If I can't eat that grass out there and get healthy, I don't want to talk about your grass.
Right.
No.
I know of a YouTuber that has a pretty good following, great content, but for some reason, because of his, I guess, his religious beliefs and his life beliefs, YouTube shadow bans him because he should be way bigger than he is now.
Well,
And
maybe he's not putting out like a lot of people want him to.
No. That's what I'm saying. He's actually putting out content, but because he leave a certain kind of message in his content, YouTube shadow bans him.
Oh wow.
Because in his content, while he's doing his gardening stuff, he may be saying, God says this, or I vote this way or that, and you know what I'm saying? He'll drop a nugget in there. If it doesn't concern you, let it fly. And I saw he stepped back from YouTube because he's emailed me behind the scene, and we both laughed about it. And I was like, bruh, because he invited me up on one of his YouTube, and he was the second YouTuber that I had ever did a live. The first one I ever did a live with was Planter, and then him. And I went on his YouTube, and we were talking, and he young guy, because I'm older than him. And I was telling him my beliefs and what I think. And I said, just be yourself. I mean, you've been doing it. You've been yourself your whole life.
Right.
Why are you gonna let some internet folks change who you are? It ain't paying your bills. You still got to get up and go to work. Just be yourself. Because truth be told, I'll get off of here tonight with y'all, and if I don't come back on here, I won't lose no sleep.
Well,
Because we have people that are locked
Mike.
into this. What is this? I'm a pig head. I was gonna show myself, but people complain, so I won't. That's another thing. When I do my garden stuff, I don't show myself. It ain't about me. I'm showing you the garden.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause like I think maybe my first or second video, I showed myself, but then I said, wait a minute, why am I showing myself? It ain't about me. It's about the garden. But you know, if you want to see me and I get invited to a live, or if I'm in a chat and somebody says, hey, come on up, let's talk real quick. Because I got these little fat stubby fingers and it take me a long time to type. So I rather talk than type.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's because it's quicker, it's more convenient.
Right. That part.
So I'll do that and go on about my business.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you know what? Somebody in the chat may not want to hear what D Mood has to say. They're like, man, hear this guy come with his nonsense. That's
well.
fine.
Now they all want to hear what you got to say. That's the thing. They do want to hear what everybody has to say because they're learning. There's a thirst for knowledge in the garden. There's a thirst.
Yes,
for
it is.
And the more recalls that they have out there, the more thirstier people are going to come.
Yeah, and I tell you what, every time I come up on a live, like the live that I did with Mona, when was that, Mona? Was that Monday night or Saturday night?
Sunday.
Sunday. Okay, Sunday night. Do you know I got 50 subscribers?
That's good.
Wow.
That's
And
good.
I'm like you, Miss Gail. I do not tell anybody to subscribe to me. I'm not like, you know, people subscribe, comment, like. I don't do none of that. If you like
That's what it's all about.
If you like it, go ahead. If you do this, go ahead.
I subscribed to your channel. I did.
No. I did see what a lot of people said on Sunday night that they did subscribe to your channel.
I thank you.
I saw that, D-Boo. And some people tonight said that they just, I saw on Sunday night, people said they subscribed to your channel. And tonight, I saw some new people said they subscribed to your channel.
Yeah.
And let me go back and talk about what you just said. I do tell, and I'm going to tell you why I tell them. I do tell people to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Because I want them to do all of that. I want you to comment so you can tell me about your garden, tell me what you're doing, and I get back with them. I want you to subscribe. I want you to hit that bell. I want you to share out the information so that your people can come. I want as many people to know what we're doing so they can get out there and do it. Now, let me say why. When I first started watching YouTube gardening, I knew nothing about comment. I watched a lot of YouTube videos, gardening videos, and I didn't comment. I skirted right past. I just got the information that I needed. I didn't know that the person who was helping me, giving me this information, that my gift back to them was to subscribe to their channel, was to like. I didn't know what that meant. Now I understand the value of that. There's value in that. It's helping that person to keep their channel alive because the algorithm pays attention to the response you're getting from the people. If we don't respond to these individuals, they're going to stop circulating those videos.
Right.
We want the videos to circulate. And I went back, as a matter of fact, and subscribed to people, start subscribing to people's channels because I didn't realize the importance of the thumbs up. That is to help keep people in circulation. Once you stop going in circulation, you just a sitting duck, you're done. You know, so no, I do tell them. And I hear people saying, I said, man, you can say, I don't tell people. I don't tell them to do that. I think he should, but he don't have to because he's got all these hundreds of thousands. But these people, like Mama said, she goes to the mid-range to those number of people. Those people need our help. We need to bring them up because Mona brought me up. She brought me into you guys. Your
Me
state.
too.
You know,
Me
and
too.
the reason I need to pay
Right,
it
me
forward,
too.
the way I can pay it forward is to go help those people by subscribing and telling other people to get to their channel to subscribe. There's enough space out here for all of us. The more people who are gardening, growing their own food, the more people will not be coming to your door.
Yeah.
We are educating people. This is the YouTube universe, and it's for free. While it's for free, let's get as many people on board to train as possible while we have the opportunity before some glitch comes and we can get on here anymore.
That's true.
You got to train each other, but people need to have that subscription so they know when you're going to upload a video so they can come back to you and see some more and see what you're teaching. until they get
you-
to the point where they can teach somebody.
Yeah, and YouTube has been a great tool to me because it has not only just doing gardening, but with automation. I've learned to do things because I have the time that I fix on my wife's car or my car. If something goes wrong with my lawnmower, I watch a video, and I'm visual where I can see it and replicate.
See,
And
That
so
part.
that's how I started. I just started gardening. I started Georgia Peach Nut because I had the name, but my honey, he works on cars. He talks automobile, what is it, body repair. He does it, a whole bunch of stuff. So when he get a code on a car, he said, I need to know, can you look up and see what that code means so he know what to do to the car. So I developed a YouTube station, channel, and put my Georgia Peach Nut name on there. And we both
Talk about it.
TV, and we typed the code in, and it would tell him what was wrong with the code meant. That's how we started. That was back in 2012. I came on YouTube in 2019 or 2020. So that's when I started with I didn't know there was a gardening channel on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
I did that one video, then I did a couple, and Mama saw the video, she went and grabbed it. And she said, Peach Nut, you need to become a content creator. And I was like, huh? What was that? Boy, I was dumb as I don't know what. And I really probably started being more informed this year because when I decided to wake up and try to do something, because I was still, over about 50 CNAs and making sure I had the proper help. Just busy, and dipping in and out of this gardening thing as far as videotaping, but I was planting and growing, been planting and growing since 1984. So this is not nowhere near my first rodeo. I have just grown bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger with my gardening space, So yeah, I do believe we need to tell people because listen, D-Move, I didn't know you were supposed to hit the subscribe button. I didn't know you were supposed to hit this.
Thank you, J-Lo.
I didn't know. So
Well, I ain't gonna lie, I'm trying to get monetized because
Miss
it's
Gail,
passive income.
Miss Gail,
Yes,
Now
sir.
keep it
my honey's up in the bed, so she's watching what we're doing down here. She just came down and said she got a good point. You should be telling people to subscribe and like and
Your thing has gone up since Sunday. I need to reach through here just like we was. What was Mona fussing at you, or was that FR about the food?
Now, that was Mona.
I need to reach through here and do this to your wife. I'm gonna just grab your throat. Yes, because I saw where you moved. You need a move. I said, what's wrong with him? Why his number so low? Like Mona, and you have a lot of information.
Yeah, I saw that too.
These people are talking about thank you for the information. Thank you. You have information that you need to be put out there and getting credit for it.
But I'm gonna tell you, I get tongue lashed about that around here. My wife constantly tells me, you're so knowledgeable and you're dumping all of this stuff into me. You need to share it with the masses. But
right.
I try, but I have patience to a point.
You don't need to have patience. You just put out there and walk away. They
Just put it out there and go about your business.
Look, let me tell you what they either chew the meat, spit out the bone. That's old school. Chew the meat.
There you go.
Sit there and watch them swallow. Chew the meat, spit out the bone. Keep on moving. Keep it moving.
Look, remember when we was in the service, they told us to chew it up and taste it later?
Yep. I'm getting the dagger eyes right now because I'm getting I told you. She right here. She's not doing it on camera. She over here looking at me.
She loving this. She loving this right now, baby.
But you know what? That's why you have your life partners. What I talk about, sometimes people see stuff that you just like, and you because I've had other people say, your numbers are low for the amount of stuff that you should be way bigger.
And that's how I feel. I'm sorry.
But see, I just don't post, and I'm not diligent like that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have heard you tonight. They've heard you Sunday
You keep
night.
hanging around with me. Guess what?
Yep. Mona got you. We got you. I got you. Listen, Mona had me. And she was like, you know too much. And I think I knew everything. I thought it was normal what I was saying. I thought everybody knew it.
I'm telling you, there was three YouTubers that got me to post. It was Lasha's Journey, Fifi's Gardening,
yeah,
and Grow Family Network. And they were like, They're like, bro, you got
Watch
too much
me too.
information not to be sharing it. And I
Yeah.
was like, yeah. And I was like, you know what? The worst I can do is put something out there and it helps somebody. And that's kind of where I'm at. I just put stuff out that can help somebody else.
If the shoe fit, let them wear it. If not, they just find another shoe. But don't you worry about what people say. You go on ahead and speak. You go on ahead and speak the word and be through it. Don't even look back after you talk. You keep it moving. You keep it moving.
Yeah.
You know, ain't nobody got time to worry about what these naysayers say. I guess you know I don't. You know, I keep it moving. So
Listen,
you need to go on ahead and then look. Don't make us all have to come to your house, California, a long way to stay. I'd be real hot and mad by the time I got there. And your wife
when
gonna
I saw,
kick me down.
listen, when I was out there today cutting the grass this afternoon, and this was around 6:30, I was saying, man, I wish I had my phone, because then I could have did a video of the hawks, because both the male and the female were waiting for me to get off the damn grass so they could hunt. I could have showed everybody this beautiful, man, it was just so awesome just to see nature at its bare bones doing what nature do.
Didn't we say last night always take your phone with you?
Okay, Shantae.
All right,
you got to
Shantae.
be next.
I saw that. I
Keep
saw
on
what she
fooling
wrote.
with me.
We finna beat her up right now.
Keep
Shantae?
on.
No.
Keep on fooling with me. You got to
No.
be next.
Shantae, we're gonna have you up here on this panel. You're gonna post something. Look, this is your gardening community. This is your gardening family. We got your back. We have your back. Let somebody say something. This 71-year-old woman gonna be on. They don't want none of this. You want a mind.
I know that's right.
You gonna post, and you better post soon. I'm gonna be looking out for it. Aren't you in Georgia? Don't let me where you live.
She not in Georgia. She not in Georgia.
Well, wait, okay, wherever she at.
She over here with me. She over here with me
So
in
I come
Texas.
there and beat up on you and Monaco. I'm bring a big belt. Maybe it's
Look, she already talking about getting me a whooping, so I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna be quiet.
right. Shantae, you better put something out there, quick. What
Plus,
might
you know, it's good memories. You can literally have an electronic catalog of stuff that you did from year to year.
Yeah,
Right.
you just put it up off of YouTube. Put it
Right.
on your phone. I mean, come on, people.
Because I keep all of my original content on a drive, so I have the content.
Yeah.
That's like saying for Shantae, and I'm gonna address you. That's like saying I won't go to the grocery store because somebody's gonna criticize what I'm driving or what I'm wearing. You don't pay no attention. Or somebody may not like my hair. They may not like my makeup, so I'm gonna stay hidden inside. It is equivalent to that, darling. I'm talking to you right now in the post. It's equivalent to that. If you step outside your door in the public, subjected to any kind of criticism, then you can come on here and post something. Learn how to shake it off, let it roll off your back like a duck's back. Water rolling off a duck's back. Now, come on.
Right.
They are very good memories. Any kids hear me to do it all the time. Is she talking about?
YouTube.
Yeah.
My daughter told me that too. She was like, "Daddy, you're good with this garden stuff. You need to record it. You need to put it up there." Blah blah blah. I was like, baby,
Now, for it to travel, you have to say no, it's not made for kids, because I didn't know that. I was like, yeah, I want the kids to know, so it wasn't moving, because it's not gonna move if you don't put that on. You cannot have it made for children. It has to be a no.
Yeah, no, it's not for kids.
No, it's not for kids.
And people will be able to hear it and all that other good stuff. And yeah.
Cassandra says I need another device so that I can start back putting out. So, Cassandra, look, I know where you live.
Do it all the time. See, come on now.
Cassandra, I know where you live.
I have to
You're
hook
around
up
the
with
corner.
Only
Come
thing
on.
I post is my
Do
projects
you have
that
your
I'm
lights back on?
and when
Are your
it's
lights on,
finished.
Cassandra?
Huh?
Cassandra's lights were out. She's up the street around the corner from me.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that's why she was asking. She's like, I see you with lights on, and I
We live in a light over
she
here.
said that a long time ago.
Oh, wow.
They blinked on and off a lot today, but they did not go out completely.
My roommate doesn't want me posting content on YouTube due to security issue. I was abused by my biological father and stepmother mainly. My stepmother says my dad was working. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame.
So those of you who are thinking about becoming content creators,
I
it's
need
going to
another
put something
device
out
so
there.
that I can start back putting out content. Girl, I'm trying to figure out how to get all these pictures and stuff somewhere else so I can have room.
I thought
That's
you
my
just got some
problem.
stuff. Didn't you just get some?
Mine, I keep running out of storage.
Oh, okay. I ran out yesterday. I had
Get
to
an
be going
external
into
drive. You can go to, if you have a Best Buy, get you an external drive where you can transfer
I
all
have
your
one. I
videos.
got one. Girl, I
Shante
got
say
stuff
these
here. I have
YouTube
stuff.
streets are volatile. Oh Lord Jesus! If I'm out here, you can come out here.
I got
Cassandra's
stuff.
still in the dark. I'm so sorry,
Real time
sweetheart.
capture woman for resting and
All right, my garden friends, I am about to get up out of here.
You have
okay.
been such an asset. To
Yeah,
this
it is that time. Thank you so much. And look, everybody's go ahead, D Mood. I ain't mean to cut you off, but it is that time for us to go.
4 hours.
Again, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate your wisdom and your knowledge and your guidance, because you know what? Rome wasn't built in a day, and I wasn't born in a vacuum. So I'm always open for ideas and information. And I thank you all.
You're a
Have a
blessing.
good,
I tell you. Thank
have
you
a
so
good
much.
night, my friends.
Okay, thank you. We'll see you
Good
soon.
night.
All right.
Okay. Looking for that
Say
content.
good night to your wife too.
I'm sorry you're still in the dark, Cassandra. I don't know what's going on with South Florida. They need to get it together. But we will probably still be in the dark too. I think it was last year they came and put all of our electrical stuff down underground.
Yeah, I will be over there. I'm gonna try and get there tomorrow. Whip it Wednesday and FO Friday with BG. That's where she got her pictures of the
So
things
who's that,
that she
Darcia?
doing. Garcia.
So I need to go over there tomorrow? Today?
Tomorrow is what, Wednesday? Today's Wednesday. Over at BG's crochet channel, they have it where they whip it Wednesday is what's on your hook. Yeah,
So what you need to do is send me when you get a chance. You don't have to
link.
right now. Send me the
Okay.
website. I mean her
Okay.
video name.
Okay. Wow, girl,
I'm just a girl, Dad. I've been trying to catch a picture of this hummingbird out here in my yard. I ain't caught it yet.
Oh, you've seen it, but you want to take a picture of it.
Yeah.
Good night, Carrie.
Good night, Carrie. Thank you so
Good
much.
night, Shante. Good night, Jane Doe.
Good night,
Good
Carrie.
night,
Good night,
Jane Doe.
Mike.
Good night, Mike. Thank you,
Good night,
Mike, so much.
D-Moo.
D-Moo, thank you so
Good
much.
night,
Tell your wife good
everyone.
night,
Give
Chloe.
wifey good night for us. Thank
Good
you.
night,
Good
Chat.
night, Jane Doe. Thank you. Good night, Mike.
Absolutely.
Moo.
Shantae, we're going to be talking.
Okay.
We're going to be talking, Shantae.
Night, everyone.
Good
All
night.
right. Good night,
everyone.
y'all.
Serena, good night.
Good
Takes
night.
patience to be in the garden.
Do